They're probably going to be about 45 minutes to an hour. Just depends. I know ReAnimateHer is only going to be about an hour or 45 minutes. And yours, I mean, if we're still continuing after, I know she has things to do afterwards, so. What's up, R? Good day, mate. What's up, Cemetery Gate? No, man, thank you. Hopefully, cross my fingers. Everything works. Thank you for that big old host, Cemetery. I appreciate it. Oh, hell. I forgot that one up on stream. Ha! Ha! I wasn't supposed to go up on stream. I forgot I can't touch this screen because it's the main screen. Alright, hopefully this shit works. I was gonna put a timer up there, but I ain't gonna fuck with it now. Nah. I'm crossing my fingers and hoping this all works. Because my computer's been crap all week long. It's been crap all week long. So guess what I did? Everything that you're going to see tonight, besides a couple of little videos, I put it together in an hour and a half. So I'm praying to God it looks good. I've got my case of beer right next to me, just in case. Cross fingers, here we go. We're going to start the countdown. I can see you, ReAnimateHer. I don't know if you can see me, but I can see you. I'm nervous. ReAnimateHer, thank you for the big host. Appreciate you. I am freaking nervous. Ha. I'm that's what I'm saying. I got my little 12 pack of seltzers here. I've been down on them like a shot. But I was nervous at the first one too. I didn't get to spend enough time on this like I wanted to because of my computer issues. But I think we got something. So I think we got something. Thank you, R. Oh, and by the way, ReAnimateHer, you should be able to see the chat if you click on, I think I can't remember. I think it says comments. That's actually the chat, so you'll see it live as it comes up too. That way you don't have to have my stream on. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like this setup. Yeah, it's a whole broadcast studio. It's like freaking cool. Thanks, Insane. I appreciate that, dude. Yeah, if y'all have not updated your Windows update to the new one, do not update it. It is cracked. It messes with your graphics card drivers. Yeah. They haven't rolled out a bug yet, or a fix yet for it. There's a bug in it. I've spent 3 days trying to adjust my settings to where it's not even, it's better than what it was, but it's not where it was. You followed her for a long time. She's awesome. I think it's why I'm so nervous, is because she's like one of my first sorry for the auto mod. She's one of my first streamers that I watched on Mixer. If I would have to say influences, she was probably one of my top influences to start streaming, because I liked her content. Oh god, the countdown's slowing down. Oh no. All right, here we go. Let's see if this shit works. There is all of her socials. Make sure you go follow her all. She's got an awesome YouTube channel, and she's got an awesome podcast. God, I'm just hoping this works. I didn't get a chance to fully test it out. Leave and yes. I think it's what attracted, because I love horror. No one else in my family does, but I do. Oh shit, I missed it. Hang on. See, it's already messing up. All right, here we go. Cross fingers.
Hi, creepy. I am ReAnimateHer. I know, it just sounds like a porno all of a sudden. Some zombies start stripping their clothes off and shit.
It's supposed to do clips. It's not doing clips. It's actually doing.
Back, ladies.
They're coming to get you, Barbara. They're coming for you, Barbara.
Do you want to game and get your jollies off as well?
Oh, that didn't last long. Told you, it's already screwing up. Wait a minute, we gotta do the intro. They can't be perfect, but anyway, welcome to the DawgHouse Live. It used to be called the Barcast. I'm still having a hard time getting around that, but we are the DawgHouse Live talk show. We do a lot of cool things here. The first full episode was last Saturday, and it was a bomb, so I am happy I've had people actually want to come into this one. Anyways, I am Rebel Dog. Welcome to the DawgHouse. Tonight we have ReAnimateHer. If y'all don't know who she is, you're missing out. You are totally missing out. Totally missing out. Anyways, ReAnimateHer. She has been one of my favorite people to do. Anyways, I told you, it's screwing up already. I got nervous. Overlay off. I promise one of these days I will have this down to a pat. So, anyways, I am Rebel Dog. Welcome to the DawgHouse Live. I am glad this is season 1, episode 2. We have made it to episode 2. So if y'all don't know who I am, that's fine. I'm not important. But anyways, our guest of the evening is ReAnimateHer. If you have not seen or heard of her, you are totally out of the loop. And anyways, she has been one of my favorite streamers since day one of logging into Mixer. And it was sad that she wasn't able to join us last week with the girls when we did the rehashing of Mixer and stuff like that. But we'll ask her some of those questions tonight too. Don't worry. But anyways, let's see if I can get this right. There we go. This is ReAnimateHer.
Hi.
Turn down the music. Turn up the volume. Yeah, there was supposed to be an applause, and I didn't get the button. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
God. I told you I'm nervous. I got to get out of this nervousness because...
You won't. I've been doing my talk show for how many years now? I still get nervous when I have guests on. My palms get sweaty. I get the butterflies in my stomach. I'm like, oh my God, everything is going to go wrong. And you're still going to get it. It gets a little less and less, but it still happens.
I hope it gets that way because I think, what's up, Peyton? Batman Goddess, how you doing? Welcome to the stream, guys. Yeah, I hope I can get, well, like I said, I've had computer issues. It started Saturday night after, because I was a dummy, and I freaking updated my computer before the podcast on Saturday. And, I didn't play no games or nothing like that, so everything ran fine, to my opinion. But then I tried to get on a game afterwards, and it's like everything was locked down. I couldn't, but nothing would work, and I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So I've spent since Saturday night, about midnight till yesterday, probably about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, trying to put everything back together. I did all the little fixes it said to do and everything else. Yeah.
Right. Oh my Lord. I put mine on pause because I got gremlins and they like to come out and cause a ruckus. So I paused them all. Yep. I ain't got time.
No. And like I said, usually, and I told myself last week, because I did everything. I started everything out on Wednesday last week, and I rushed to get everything put together. And this week, I got like 2 videos done, and then the rest of it I've done in the last 2 hours.
Yeah, and I've known many streamers that had gotten screwed with this update. Serial Killer is one of them. Yep. It messed his old computer up. There's several in the Monster Squad team that had their computers totally messed up.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's just totally nuts. But yeah, if you have not ever been, like I said, this is a pretty cool layout. This is so. Like I said, I think it's the comments. It shows the Twitch chat.
Yeah.
And one of these days when I actually get balls enough to go on YouTube, because I can actually stream to multiple platforms at one time, but I don't want to do that.
Right.
Not until I get comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. Does the streamer talk, is that what you're streaming through, or is that a link that goes into like your XSplit or OBS?
It's kind of like a restream. It's all web based.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm streaming into what's called StreamYard, and
Okay.
there's a free version, amateur version, and a pro version. You know, the free version you have limited stuff, and then the other stuff, you know. So, but yeah,
That's cool.
you can add overlays, you can add, you know, you can change. It is pretty freaking awesome. For a free, you can do the exact thing, the minimal stuff, what we're doing right now with the free version. But, you know, I'm one of those people, it's like I can't handle free versions. I got to have the pro version, so.
Right. I mean, it's an investment into your stream, into your vodcast, right?
Yeah.
So any monies you spend on streaming or your podcast or vodcast, it's an investment.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's one thing that's, you know, I don't want to get too far off topic because I know.
Yeah. I know, I can get off topic.
No. I love getting off topic. It doesn't hurt my feelings any, but yeah, that's one thing I hear people all the time. It's like you spend, you know, when they come down to tax season, it's like, you know, I just had to dump $4,000 into taxes. And it's like, well, did you take any of your stuff off that you streamed with? Everything that is in your streaming room is a tax deductible. So I don't know if you know that in chat, but everything that you stream off from your computer to your Stream Deck to your, you know, any type of equipment you have maintenance fees that you can take off on taxes. You can have new purchases. So if you buy a brand new computer, you can add that to your taxes, and it'll give you a tax break, you know, because my wife didn't believe me. It's just like, because I got what did I get, like the first year, because I went overboard because of my full-time job. I get a pretty good healthy Christmas bonus at the end of the year, and so I took half of that and dumped it into this because I want this to be my business,
Right.
And so she goes, well, you spent a lot of money. I go, but watch, I'll get most of it back. And I did.
Mm-hmm.
I probably got about 65% of it back.
Yeah. People don't realize what they can write off. Parts of your house, your electric, your cell phone, all of it.
Yep. Yeah, because if you use your cell phone to tweet out, that is advertising.
Yeah, you use a Discord to talk to somebody, have a meeting with your mods. That's all business.
Yep. Anything.
Advertising.
You know, so it's like when I hear people, it's like when I first got it, because it scared me, you know, when I first got into it, because I didn't know anything about it. And people were like, I had to pay like $4,000 in, $5,000 in at the end of the year. And it's like, holy crap, I don't like paying in. And then
I don't like paying in either.
And then I realized it's like, oh, these people aren't taking anything off. You know, they're not, you know, you're, because, you know, like all your stuff, because, you know, Twitch, anything you get from Twitch from subs, bits, and everything else is counted as income, and they give you a whatever that is at the end of the year, a 1099. And
something like that. I don't get that. I get a sheet of paper.
You get a sheet of paper.
I'm international.
Oh, you're international?
Yeah. Canada.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that. So, see, I already knew something new. I mean, I knew you were in the East Coast, but I didn't realize Canada. Oh no, you're in.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah. If you can get whatever you can from the government, get it, because they take it.
Exactly, because they're gonna take it from you anyways.
But anyway, so how you doing?
Good.
How was your stream?
Good.
How was your stream today?
It was a lot of fun. We had a couple of Jason kills.
Nice.
So, because we played Friday the 13th. But we did. I had a good time. It's always a good time when I hang out with the Horde.
Yeah, I don't get a much chance because you're on during the day. So whenever I can pop in, I try to pop in. That's why it's just like, I got to thinking, it's like, oh shit, you know, tonight I wasn't really trying to pop in for you to like promote. I was just popping in to say hi, because usually I pop in on everybody because I'm on my phone, so I can only go in at one stream at a time. But
I promote everybody. You know, like you come into the stream, it doesn't matter if I'm being interviewed on your vodcast or whatever. If you're a content creator, I think we should be uplifting each other, because when one rises, we all rise, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't feel that anyone is my competition except for myself. So I help raise other people.
Yeah, that's the way I am too. I love meeting other people. I mean, that's one thing I have found out through this whole community, because some of these, like, I think like the YouTube communities are more territorial.
It's a very different atmosphere on YouTube. I stream on there. Very different atmosphere. What's theirs is theirs, but not everyone's like that. Not everyone's like that.
But yeah, because I mean, there are some territorial people here on Twitch and Facebook and all that, wherever everybody streams, but for the most part, everybody that I have met from the day one that I've started streaming has been helpful.
Yeah.
I have not heard. Nice. I have not had anybody turn me, if I ask a question, it's like, it might take a while for them to get back to me, which I understand that. But usually, I have not ever had anybody. So, but
that's good.
Yeah.
I know when I first started, I got banned from 2 streams, and all I asked is, how'd you get started?
Oh, wow.
But that was back on Twitch in 2016. And I asked, there's this partner female that I was watching that I've always watched. I was a part of her community. And I asked how she got started and how does one get started in the industry, right? I knew nothing about this stuff. Yeah, I was banned.
Wow.
I didn't think that was self-promotion. I was asking a question. She was talking about streaming. She was talking about it. And this is before I even wanted to be a streamer. I was curious how one gets involved.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That is crazy. I mean, yeah, because, I think, there are some streamers that take the whole thing that, I don't know, their ego gets a hold of them. Not very few, but there's there's a bunch out there that their ego gets a hold of them. So if you try to, I don't even know why that would have been classified as
I don't know. That was
like
also 2016. Weird. So streaming has evolved quite a bit. Like before it was, streamers would ignore the chat completely, play their game. Chat would take care of themselves and chat. It wasn't about interaction with the content creator. Now it's evolved. People are seeing that they're wanting that connection. So it's been changing. It's been evolving, and that's where Beam came along, right?
Yeah.
It helped change some of the face of streaming. It became more interactive.
Yeah. See, I didn't get into Beam. I got into watching streams when I was down. I had an emergency gallbladder surgery and I was down for like 3 weeks because I had complications, so I had nothing to do. So I bought an Xbox, and that's where I found Mixer.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's even the 2.5 or 2 years, I think almost 2.5 years that I've been involved in streaming, I think it's evolved a little bit. I mean, it seems like you said, more people they're changing the way they're looking at interacting with chat. And I think it's because of the numbers are so low, because there's so many streamers out there right now.
Oh, there's a ton.
So
everybody is streaming, which is good.
Yeah. Competition never hurt anybody,
Oh, yeah. New platforms popping up and new sites that have been old starting streaming, like Facebook Gaming, right?
Yeah. But yeah, it's cool. I like it. I love it. It's my safe place. But anyways, the age-old question: do you like pineapple on pizza? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Oh yeah, I got 5 yeses so far.
Pineapple belongs on pizza with ham.
And what? Apple?
Ham.
Ham. Yes.
Pineapple and ham.
Yep.
So good.
Yep, I love it. I grew up on that. I'm the only one in my house that likes it that way, so I don't get to eat it that often.
Oh wow, that sucks.
My wife and daughter are kind of picky, so.
I live with picky people, but at least they eat ham and pineapple.
All right. So for those, I'm sure everybody here knows who you are, but kind of give everybody like a little rundown about what your channel is and what you do and stuff like that. And
my channel is spooky. I like horror. I live and breathe horror. I play horror games. Majority of horror games are FPS zombies and stuff like that. I do a web show on Sundays called Coffee Chat of Horrors, where we autopsy movies and TV shows. And we also have special guests on the show, like filmmakers, directors, writers. That's what I do. I usually scare the crap out of people with my scream because I get scared in a video game and I scream. And then they get scared because they weren't expecting that. Start the chain reaction of screams.
Hey, it makes good content, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, that's one of the things when I first, found you on Mixer. It's just like, you were interactive. Your channel was or your chat was interactive. You interacted with your chat all the time, and you still do. And
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm saying when I found you and a few of the others, it's like, okay, now, because you watch the ones back then on Mixer, like Good God and, or Good God. I just still can't ever pronounce his name right, but
Yeah.
or, some of the other bigger names that all they were just about the games, because that's the only thing it was when they started was, it was just a gaming platform. Yeah. It wasn't a community platform. And,
Nope.
So I'm really glad that it transformed into community because, like I said, you're one of them. A few of the other ones that I watched, the girls that were on Saturday Night, Glam and Shadow Serpent, and Illcat, they're the ones that attracted me to watch is because they interacted. You said hi. It might take them a little while, but they still interact with you. Either that or their channel would interact with you while they were busy.
Right.
So
their community was yeah.
So and yeah, I have not come into any community so far, the ones that I watch religiously, that do not interact with you. So it's pretty cool. I look at myself as a good judge of character, so hopefully that I can portray that to other people too as well sometimes. But Serial Killer, thank you for tweeting at the stream. Appreciate you. Anyways, okay, you kind of when did you start streaming actually? When was the first time you went live?
Oh, I did try going live on Twitch via my Xbox back in late 2016, but I didn't start streaming until Beam, February 14th, 2017 at 10 a.m.
Oh wow, I
remember that day.
She's got it down to the day. What's up, Glam?
Yes, that I do.
What?
Hey, Glam.
Why is it? Why do you have it like right down to the minute?
It's just it was a very big moment for me in my life to start streaming. I'm very antisocial. I have high anxiety when it comes to certain things and being around other people. Streaming was a way for me to try to connect with other people that had like-minded. I didn't have friends that were into gaming. I moved to a province where I had no actual real life friends. So I didn't really have any people to relate to. And then I said, you know what, screw it. I see other people doing it. Why not? So I tried it. And that's why I remember that date, because it was such a big step for me. It was something that changed my life completely. And I'm very grateful that Beam had Xbox integrated into their system, because I wouldn't have been able to. I didn't have a PC. I started out with a Turtle Beach headset and a Kinect as a webcam and an Xbox. And then I loved it.
And seeing back when I first connected with Mixer through my Xbox, if I would have known that you could stream through your Xbox, I would have started 3 years ago instead of 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago.
Yeah. This is my big bag.
Are those caramel M&Ms?
No, they're peanut M&Ms. No, I only found out that Beam was able to stream through Xbox because I was an Xbox insider in the alpha tier. Oh, wow. They called it something else back then. And I was picked to test their new integrated app before it hit anybody else. So I was part of the alpha team with a couple of other people. I can't remember their names at the moment, but we all tested it out. And I fell in love with Beam because even though I was a new streamer and I didn't have any bells and whistles, I was rated by a partner streamer over there, by Rocket Bear and Cranky Canuck. Those were the two people I met for the first time on Beam, and they were awesome.
Nice.
Fusa.
Oh, you've got animals that like to join you too, huh?
Oh yeah. Yes, Mr. Chico and Mr. Paul like to lay on my light that's behind me, my spotlight,
Mhm.
and yeah, they cause a lot of ruckus.
Oh no. Okay. So I guess you said something. I can't remember. Sorry, I can't remember who you said. Who'd you say that was like your influence to start?
To start,
Yeah.
I'm good. Oh, no one really influenced me to start. I was watching people on Twitch, and I seen people having fun, and I was like, screw it, I'm gonna do it. I can do it. If they can do it, I can do it. And that's what I did. And then I met Cranky Canuck was one of the first people I met on Beam and Rocket Bear, and they helped me go further with my streaming because I was only streaming, just to hang out and play video games. They showed me the ropes. They explained to me what OBS was and all these different programs. They gave me a rundown on streaming. I would have to say those two. Cranky is definitely my mentor. He has helped me become who I am. He's no longer with us, unfortunately. He passed away a few years ago. But he was a partnered streamer on Beam, and so was Rocket Bear. And it's very rare for someone of their stature to take somebody who was a nobody underneath their wing and show them how things worked. I would say both Rocket Bear and Cranky, but Cranky was a really big part because he helped me decide and become who I am. Because when I started streaming, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I knew I enjoyed it. I wanted to do something with it. And when I wanted to go for partner on Beam, he asked me, he goes, well, who are you as a streamer? What are you bringing to the table? What makes you different than everybody else?
Oh, wow.
And I had to sit there and think about it for a while because I had no idea what made me different. And I realized it was horror, my passion for horror. Not many people have and live and breathe my passion. So that's what I brought. And that's how I became a horror content creator and not a variety streamer or not an FPS streamer alone. I decided to bring my love for all things horror right to the screen.
Nice.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Back then, I think it was probably a little easier because it just, you didn't have all the competition that you do now. And everything was basically, so you could create your own identity really, really quick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I was the only full horror streamer on Mixer. There were people who played Dead by Daylight and played, Call of Duty and Fortnite and all of that, but I was their only full horror content creator. And I made partner on there playing Friday the 13th.
Really?
And the lawsuit by then already took over the game, so we knew we weren't getting any more stuff.
Oh wow.
Because I made partner in not even a year on the platform. I started streaming on the February 14th, 2017. I made partner in 2018, February 9th, 2018. I made partner on Mixer because Mixer at that time turned into Mixer at that time.
Yeah. Wow. So you've seen a lot of changes through the platform.
Oh yeah, there was
since
lots.
you were one of the originals of Mixer.
Yes, I had the OG. I had the OG coin next to my name on Xbox because I was an OG Beam before. I was on Beam before it turned into Mixer.
Oh, so that's what that meant. I didn't realize that. So
yeah, the little gold coin was your OG people from Beam. We all got them. I signed up on Beam on December 12th, 2016. And I didn't start streaming on that platform until February of 2017.
Wow. So when Mixer and Beam combined, or when Mixer took over Beam, was it a good thing or a bad thing? I mean, your true opinion.
I didn't like it. When a big company, I've worked in business for numerous years. I have a business degree behind me, so I know what happens when a company takes over another company, whether it's by buyout or overtake, right? And Microsoft's reputation of buying things, trying to get it to work, not realizing it's not doing what it's doing, usually kills shit. Like a lot. They have a huge track record doing that. I was very on the fence when we were informed that Microsoft was buying Mixer. Everybody was rejoicing. I was not rejoicing. I kind of have dealt with takeovers and business being sold out to another company, especially big companies like Microsoft. I mean, it was cool because of what they did with Xbox, but I mean, Beam was already doing that. But again, when Beam was integrated onto Xbox, they already were in talks. And I believe at that time they've already sold, but we weren't informed about that.
Oh, wow. That sounds like that kind of was like the history of Mixer, was not informing their partners or anything.
No, we found out with the rest of you.
Found out by a tweet.
Yeah, the fact that we were thrown away like garbage. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, I remember when something struck me odd when the announcement was that, what was it, Matt? It was that one of the kids that started Beam. Was that his name?
Yes, Matt and James.
Yeah, Matt and James.
They're like 18 years old when they started Beam.
Yeah, so that kind of oops, wrong one. Wrong one. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, so that kind of struck me weird when they announced that they were leaving the platform. Right before everything happened. What was it, back in November or something like that, or December?
Yeah, their contracts were up, right? And I'm assuming this because, like I said, I've been in the business industry. Usually when a company buys another company and the presidents or the CEOs are on, they usually have a contract of X amount of time that they're going to hold on to them. And then once that contract is done, they go on their way. I'm going to assume Matt and James had a 2-year contract with Microsoft. And that's assuming. I don't know anything from behind the scenes. We were never informed on anything. They weren't transparent at all.
Yeah, I know that's one thing. It's like everybody. It's like when I started doing the Mixer, remesh or remix or whatever, trying to get, because it's coming up on the, like, what is it? What's today? Actually, today was the 1 year that it closed its doors.
Yeah. My last day on Mixer was June 22nd, the day we found out. Yeah. The day they did that tweet, that was my last day on Mixer. Mixer died to me. That fucking thing went into the garbage right away.
Yeah, yeah.
I left, and I never went back.
I automatically started. I think I did the same thing. I think when it did, because I already had a Twitch account because I started on Twitch before I went to Mixer. And so I already had a Twitch account over here set up. I just had to revive it. And, yeah, I think I did the same thing within the last couple of days. I think, what was the point of streaming over there? Everybody was jumping anyway, so.
Well, the thing was, for me, is they don't deserve me or my community, so fuck you.
Exactly.
That's exactly how I felt, and that's how I put it. And, you couldn't even be bothered. Those of us that did this full time and had a livelihood on Mixer, you literally fired us within a few minutes, and you didn't even do it in the partner Discord. You did it publicly on Twitter. And I think they did it like that because there was lots of accusations of sexual harassment by some of their top favorite streamers. So I think one of the reasons for the rush of, fuck you guys, we're done, was that I think that was the push, because numerous big streamers on Mixer who were the favorites had some sexual assault information come out about them. And well, it was like, yeah, we're dropping this shit now. Let's do it.
Yeah.
That's my opinion on the matter. That's what I think.
No, I'm totally 100%. I believe that too, because when that started coming out, because that was one of the comments.
It was a week before. It was a week, not even a full week before Mixer decided to close the doors. We were all doing a blackout. I was supposed to stream that Tuesday, and a lot of the partners and a lot of other streamers on there were doing the blackout. Like we're not streaming until things change, because we were in with Twitch, because Twitch was doing their blackout as well, where everybody was, for industry standards to change, especially against females. And that week before and before that, there was a lot of accusations about some of the big partners on there being predators. This was also ongoing when Twitch had their problem too, right?
Yep.
So, and then that Monday, some more accusations came out, like some really big stories came out, and the next day, boom, we're done.
Yeah. That was, like I said, when the accusations started to fly, me, I'm kind of like, I don't have a business degree, but I've been in business for most of my life. You know, I've ran a few businesses myself, and so, you know, when things like that started to fly, and then all of a sudden, you know, Matt and James left. I mean, I understand their contract was probably up, but, you know, why wouldn't they renew if something wasn't going to happen, you know?
Right?
You know,
right?
That was their baby, so why wouldn't they, you know, try to hold on to it if it was going to stick around? So, yeah, when they left, and then I started hearing other people leaving up, you know, up in the bigger aspects of Microsoft itself, you know, it's like, okay,
that was something.
There's something going on here that's just not right. And then, like I said, and then we got you guys did your blackout, and it was shortly after the blackout. That's when they, you know, you know, June 22nd, they released a tweet that we were no longer be in business as of 30 days. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can only imagine. I mean, I know what I went through, because I was actually starting to grow, and I was getting to the point, you know, because I think I had like almost 1,500 followers on there. So I was like really striving to get, you know, to the point to where I could apply for partner.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just like, shit, I spent a year on here trying to get everything reset up and put countless hours into it. And I'm like one of these people, it's like, I don't want to change, but, you know, I don't want to quit doing it because I love doing it. And the only option at that point in time was Twitch, unless you wanted to go try Trovo, which was still brand new. But
yeah.
And I don't like Facebook. Never have liked Facebook, just for the you know, privacy issues. But yeah, that was it. Was very. I mean, just the way I felt, I can only imagine how y'all felt for being there. You know, being the originals. It's just like
it sucked. It sucked. Like, and it gave me I call it a PTSD, but I don't trust anything anymore. Trovo came along. I was like, nah, it's too fucking new for me. You know what? It could be a great platform, and from what I understand, I've streamed on there. They're nice. I like the platform. The people are really nice. It's got that small community feel. But Mixer and what Microsoft did really makes me scared of new platforms. I haven't even gone to Guilded, and it's like a Discord server.
Yep.
And I've been, I was like, nah, you're too new. You're too new. I don't need to be screwed over again and having to redo everything, because it's not easy. And it's not easy to the ego or to your self-esteem or anything like that, because it's a lot of friggin' work that we dedicate into creating the content that we create. It's not just turning on a webcam and playing a video game.
Exactly.
You know, Trovo was definitely very, very new at that point. I had no other way to monetize my YouTube, so I didn't go to YouTube for a reason, or I would have never came to Twitch. I would have went to YouTube, but I am not partnered on YouTube, so I couldn't have any monetization. So on Facebook Gaming, I had automatic partnership over there, and I turned it down because I don't like Facebook. So the only place for me to go that I knew had longevity and had, you know, they had been in business for years was Twitch.
Yeah.
And that's why we went to Twitch. And I actually talked to my community about it first. I asked them, you know, where do you guys want to go? Like, and I gave them the options. Like, if I go to YouTube, I can't monetize. I don't have any of this. So we have Patreon. If we go to Facebook Gaming, then we have to deal with this shit. If we go here, everybody decided to go over to Twitch. So this is where we are.
Hey, that's good, because I've known a lot of communities that didn't, you know, they didn't follow. You know,
and that's the downside of building a community around a game and not you.
Yeah.
My community is number one. They are my family. We are there for each other in our times of need, on our good times, our bad times. And I built the Horde around me, not the game that I played. I played Friday the 13th, but I also mixed it up. I threw some GTA, some original Destiny into that, some indie games and stuff that wasn't popular. But I built it around my passion and around me. And so when I moved, majority of the Horde moved with me. That's like 50, 60 people.
Hey.
Right on over.
Yeah, like I said.
And they're still with me.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know, like I said, it's, you know, I really never got involved with Discords and stuff like that until probably the last year. You know, that was like, I was trying to get this part down first before I decided to mess with Discords.
And that's smart.
And because because when you first open up a Discord, it's blank, and it's like, okay, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah, and nobody in there.
It's like, I know, mine is not active. I basically just use mine right now just for communication purposes, but that's the
It
only.
takes time.
Yeah.
Mine was not active. It's semi-active, right?
Yeah.
But mine was not active for a long time. There was like maybe me and 4 other people in my Discord.
Yeah.
When I first started streaming. Yeah, and it stayed like that for quite some time. It took me a while to build up my Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I think that was one of the hardest things to build up.
yeah, it is. Yeah. Because it's just like, I mean, you can have people in there, I think I have, it says I have like 60 people in mine, but there's only like maybe 5 of us that talk throughout there, but we just use it to communicate.
I have a lot of that.
We just communicate amongst ourselves, but when it comes to Discord to this day, I'm still not a big, I really don't care at this point if it gets active. Now, if this part of my career kicks off, then I'll start paying more attention to Discord, because I know that a lot of Discord stuff can be utilized in this type of aspect.
Oh yeah, for sure. Discord has a lot of good. Gilded does too, and if I didn't have a fear of new platforms, I would try Gilded and move over. But I need to make sure Gilded's going to be here for 5 or so years, right?
Yeah. So what did you think about the Microsoft disappointment when Discord told them, nope, we ain't gonna sell to you?
I was happy because I was about to leave. I was very happy when I found out that the deal wasn't going through, because I know what Microsoft does.
Yeah.
They have a history, and if Mixer hasn't taught you anything about that, then I don't know what will.
Yeah, when I heard those talks, and I'm like, oh God, no. And then when I kind of paid attention to it, so I said, I go, surely Discord's been around since gaming started. Basically, I go, they should be smart, and they should be smart enough to understand the same thing. What they did to Mixer is probably what they were going to do to Discord, because they don't
take the technology and run. That's what they did with Mixer.
Yeah,
Microsoft wanted the technology of FTL. That's my opinion on the matter. They wanted the technology. If they wanted a streaming platform, why wouldn't they go to some place like Twitch?
Yeah.
Money talks, right?
Yep.
Bezos likes money.
Oh yeah.
Anything is for sale for the right price. If Microsoft really wanted a streaming service and really wanted to contend on the big market, they would have gone after Twitch.
Yeah.
And if they didn't want Twitch, they would have put more money and time and focus into Mixer. They never advertised Mixer at E3, even though Xbox had a huge thing at E3. What is it, Phil Spencer and the other guys that goes up on the stage? Not one mention of Mixer.
Yeah.
You would think if they wanted a streaming platform, they would have thrown money at it. They would have done more for it. You would have seen advertising all over the place. I see advertising for Twitch all over the fucking place, right?
Yeah, you can't.
I see nothing for Mixer.
You can't go anywhere, especially in the esports realm or in any type of video games. If you go into a video game store, there's something that has Twitch on it somewhere.
Somewhere, but even on TV, you see an ad pop up for Twitch. I'm like, look at these motherfuckers out here.
Yeah.
But Xbox didn't even have an ad for Mixer.
Mm-mm.
Like, you went to Xbox, they hid the tabs. You had a tab on over.
Yeah.
You would think Microsoft would have been like, you know what? This is our time to utilize this. This is our advantage. We're integrated into Xbox. Let's hit this. They did nothing. They just wanted the technology. And once they got the technology, they said, screw it.
Yep.
Done.
Yep. And then that just about like Glimish. Have you been on Glimish yet?
No, I haven't streamed there, but I have been on the platform. I take my name everywhere because it's my brand. It's my name. So everywhere, even if I don't use it, but I have been on Glimish. I was hoping that it would do something, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of, I streamed over there once, just to kind of see what it was, and I had a few in my community that have only been on Twitch. So when they, they weren't even on Mixer, so they didn't understand FTL. So when they came over in the chat, and they were talking, and you were answering, as soon as the message went through, they're like, "What the hell? Wait a minute, what?" It's like, there's no delay over here.
Yep. FTL was nice. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It definitely was nice.
Yeah. And I do, and there was a comment made. I made the same comment in Trovo's Discord one time because one of the teams that I was a part of about a year and a half back. They shut down their Twitch side, so I had to, in order to stay with the team, I had to go over to Trovo, and so I streamed over there for a little bit, and so I got in their Discord, and it's just like, they'd already been open almost a year.
Yeah,
and it's like,
going on there a year.
I said, I go, so what are you guys doing with advertising? How are you getting your name out there? I don't even see anything with Trovo on it unless I get somebody that I know that's on Trovo.
Trovo's got pockets though.
Yeah.
Tencent owns it, right?
Yep.
I went and streamed on there. Their quality is great.
Yeah.
Like their RTMP, stable connection. It's a small platform, but it's growing. I don't see any advertising for Trovo at all anywhere besides the people like Glam and Dead Mom and a few other people that I follow over there on Twitter. And it seemed like a great website, a great platform to get onto and get into. I've only streamed on there a few times, but the content was great. They do really good for gamers. If you're a gamer, they've got some good stuff for you. If you're not a gamer, sometime in the works or something like that, it's coming, but there's no ETA on things for non-gamers. And that was one of the biggest reasons I don't stream on there, because I like doing my vodcast. I like doing my CCOH. I'm introducing 2 new web shows onto my YouTube channel.
Oh, wow.
And I wanted to do that over at Trovo, but then I found out that I'm not eligible for their bonus program. You get a sub. That's not a problem. You get a sub button. They have a bonus program, but people like me are excluded from it because I don't game.
Exactly.
I mean, I do game, don't get me wrong. It's just that Trovo, I was going to utilize as my TV, right?
Yeah.
Do all of my vodcasts from there, have a horror show dedicated to Trovo. But I was like, I'm not going to put all that hard work in if I can't get a bonus.
Yeah.
Because I mean, shit, it's my business.
Exactly.
I'll be real. This is how I make a living. This is how I pay my bills, feed my family. So if there's a bonus, I'm going to want that.
Hell yeah.
Right? And then I found that out, and I'm like, that put a sour damper on it. If for somehow they get it back and, they say, hey, by the way, streamers, everybody is now invited to this Trovo 500. Fuck yeah, I'll be back.
Yeah.
Why not?
That was my only, because I work a full-time job during the day, so there was no way in hell that I could put the hours in required to put in unless I wanted to get off of work and stream till like 5 o'clock in the morning and then turn around and go back to work again, to be able to even get my watch hours in. Yeah. Griffey, thank you for the host. Appreciate you. But yeah, I think Glimish will be fine. They just need to get off their ass and they need to start. I mean, Trovo
or Glimish?
Both. Trovo needs to go ahead, and if they're going to do something, they're going to have to start, because that 10-cent money's going to run out sooner or later. Yeah. Because if they're not showing any type of growth other than what they already have, 10 Cent's going to say, nope, I ain't giving you no more money. You're not making us the money that you promised to make us in 5 years or 3 years or whatever the contract is for. And
that could be. I don't have a crystal ball. Yeah. But I mean, look, that's a Mixer, right? Mixer, Microsoft. I hope Trovo does something. I hope Trovo becomes a contender. I like to see new sites popping up and giving creators more freedom of expression instead of being exclusivity to one platform that doesn't do shit for you. Like, it doesn't do shit. It takes 50% of your friggin' wage. Yeah. Like I said, if I was able to monetize someplace else, I totally would. Yeah. Like YouTube takes 30%. Yeah. 30% compared to 50%. Do you know how many content creators wouldn't have to worry about having another job if this is what they were doing, if the platform would take a little less money? Facebook gaming is a security risk, and if you post something Facebook fact checkers don't like, you lose monetization. So, no. You have to want to be with their narrative. Your personal information is at risk. The person that you subscribe to on there gets all of your information, personal name, full last name, everything. I'm sorry, I don't want people knowing me. I mean, they can know me by ReAnimateHer or Cat, but I don't want them knowing my last name. I don't want them knowing where I live. I don't want them knowing shit about me like that.
Yeah.
You don't know who's behind the camera.
What am I drinking? Trulies. Oh no, these are Bud Light seltzers. The lemonade ones.
Griffey, the only reason why I know about that is because I was given partner on Facebook Gaming right away. The minute I sat on the phone with Facebook, that's how much I know about it. Is the day, was it about a couple of days later, I got an email, and then I set up an appointment to talk to them. And yeah, I was on the phone with them discussing things, and then I contacted a few other people that I know that stream on FBG that are able to collect stars and stuff, and they told me that's exactly what happens. You get their person's first name, last name, and I'm like, yeah, that's not for me.
Yeah, no, that's one thing. I mean, I don't.
It may have changed.
No, it hasn't.
But if you share, I have a friend who recently lost their monetization because they shared. This was not recently, I should say, a bit back. They shared COVID symptoms, like the symptoms of COVID before they actually knew all of the symptoms of COVID. So they shared the top 3 symptoms of COVID. I gather their post wasn't even on their gaming page. It wasn't on their gaming page. It was their personal page. They shared a post from Facebook. The fact checkers on Facebook decided, well, this is false information, flagged it. They went to go stream. Yeah. They had a notification saying they can no longer monetize their gaming channel for right now. You've been suspended. You can still stream, but we're not letting you monetize. All because they shared something about the 3 symptoms, and nothing fake. It was the symptoms that they were putting out for the world, right? They just shared it. They just shared it. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Censorship at its finest. That's why it's another no about FBG.
Yeah, that's one thing about Facebook. It's the reason why I don't even go to Facebook. The only reason why I have Facebook is because of my family. That is the only reason why. I have a creator account over there because the people that weren't partnered still have the same option that if you were a certain number on your followers that you had guaranteed in their level up program. And that didn't work either. Because I had the numbers, and when I tried to sign up for the level up, I was told I had to go do this and go do that. It's like, I thought they were supposed to transfer over. So.
Yep. Nope.
But, anyway, tell us a little bit about your YouTube channel. What all do you have over there?
I do a lot of horror stuff. The community over on YouTube is the same community that I have on Twitch with new people that are just YouTube exclusive, right? So they give me things like reaction videos to independent horror films and just gross stuff in general. I'm starting a brand new a web series on there that is going to be, some of it's going to be recorded, some of it's going to be live, but it's a horror chat. And then I'm also starting a true crime series on my YouTube channel where it's going to be true crime that's not in the big news, like especially cold case files, files that haven't been opened up in years and from around the world. So not just Canada, not just the United States, but we're going to go into Australia. We're going to go into the United Kingdom, New Zealand. So those are 2 new web shows that are happening on my YouTube channel. But currently I do horror shorts. So they're 30-second videos or less on what horror movie came out for the day. And sometimes it's not a horror movie, sometimes it's a sci-fi or a comedy. But I give a little bit of information, background info on the film, how it was made. That goes up on there. I do reviews on horror movies. Majority of them I like to do on underrated horror films that I know people haven't seen or heard of, to get the names out there, and mainly independent, because I'm a huge supporter of indie artists. It doesn't matter if they're in the horror genre or not. Indie artists need support. They don't have the big money behind them. So game developers, artists, movie makers, I shout the shit out of them on my YouTube channel. I do reaction videos. I have them on for interviews. I try to support them in every which way possible. That's what my YouTube channel is mainly about, right?
Yeah. No, I like it. I like the shorts. Yeah, that's one of the things. It's like whenever I get notification you have a new video up there, it's just like I go, that's like I'll sit there and it's like, I do a lot of my stuff like during the day, like at stoplights, because I drive. So it's like if I have like stoplights or if I'm on a long road trip or something like that, I usually hook it up to the Bluetooth in the truck, and that's what I listen to a lot. So like I said, usually during the day, if you guys see me just come into your streams for a few minutes and say hi, that's probably the reason why, because I'm at work and or I'm in between. I'm at a stoplight or I'm, sitting at the yard waiting to get loaded. So yeah.
I have a mod that listens to me like a podcast. He's a serial killer. He's one of my mods, and he drives for a living and goes to sites and stuff. So he listens to me like a podcast. Then when he's stopped on the side of the road waiting for whatever, he's then in there chatting, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of, that's why it's like, I try to at least pick one person a day to go into their streams. That way, because a lot of times when I get home, that's when you guys usually end. Yeah, and that's usually when you guys end. So, and I understand that. It's like, okay, so it's like I try, so I try to get in and say hi every once in a while if I have a time. So, but
yeah, life gets busy when you work full time, whether you do content creation full time or you work at a business for full time. That's a lot of hours in a day. Then if you have a family, which I do, I'm also a grandma of 3. I have 2 kids. I have a husband. So I'm not only busy with my own business because my content creation is my business, because I'm doing everything, IT, marketing, advertising, logos, all that crap that goes into it. I do it, right? I don't have a secretary or an IT department to do that shit. I wish. But,
wouldn't it be nice?
It would be so nice. And I do get people say, hey, how come you can't come into my stream? I'm like, it's 6 o'clock at night for me. I just got done streaming all day and doing all of my business stuff. And now I have time for my family. I only get 1 day off a week from doing any work. And that's my Thursday. So Thursday's time for me to play games or lay around the house, not do my makeup, have my hair all disheveled, look like a schlep just laying around my house. So I don't. But that's another thing, people don't understand how busy we are, right? They just watch streams, so they don't realize how busy you really are behind the scenes. And I try to make it into people's streams, but evening time is family time. I have kids. I can't ignore my kids to hang out in a chat and chat with you. I lurk, for sure. Yeah. I do lurk and I do retweet people, and I try to make it in as many streams as possible. But I have friends sprawled all over the internet. I've got people on Trovo that I try to watch. I got people on YouTube. I got FBG. I got Twitch.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. No, it's just like when everybody, because like when you came in the other night, it's like, sorry, I can't stay long. It's like, hey, it's just saying hi. That's enough for me, just coming in and saying hi. So yeah, that's why it's like I try to, like I said, just try to come in and say hi, how you doing? Just make it. I usually sit there and say I'm just making my flybys like Glam and Shadow and all them. They kind of know what that means, because when I come in, it's like, okay, I'm doing my flyby. How you doing? So they know I'm not going to be there. I'm just saying that I'm still saying I'm here and I'm watching you for a bit, but I'm not going to be here long.
Exactly. And I'm grateful for and I have people who host and it's called Host and Ghost, right? Yeah. I have people that do that because all they can do is host me. They can't sit in there and watch. And I'm grateful for that. Yeah. That's more exposure. Okay, maybe if they're not streaming, maybe it's not, but it's still a thing that they're doing, trying to support you. And I'm grateful for that. I mean, people fly by all the time. I don't expect anybody to show up in my chat, and I don't expect anybody to stay. Yeah. If they do, awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
If not, I'm just a crazy lady talking to herself.
Hey, at least you're talking. Some people I go into chats that have like 10 or 15 people in there. Their chat's not active, and I can see why, because the people don't talk. They don't acknowledge anybody that comes in, or so. But well, real quick before we end, because I know you said you couldn't be on very long, but about the stream team, about your stream team, kind of give us a rundown on your stream, because I am a part of that. I was so honored when she let me become part of her stream team. The Monster Squad. Kind of give us.
Yeah, I'll give you a rundown. The Monster Squad was started to help other people learn how to stream, a place where people of all experiences, any size, can come. It's not a follow for follow or a support. You're having a problem in your stream and you need someone to help you. You've got a team of people back, to say, oh, I can't get this in work OBS. There's like 10, 20 people who know OBS like experts, so they can go in there and help you. The team is meant to be more of a family-oriented thing. It was to help raise each other up, not stomp on each other, not use each other. we're currently weeding out people, which is nice because people join for the wrong reasons.
Yep.
Thinking that, oh, it's ran by Rye. Oh, then I'm going to have all these views, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, this is not a kiss my ass team. I don't expect any of my team members to come into my stream at all. This is not about me. And I didn't actually want to be, I didn't want to be ahead of the team. So I'm not. I actually am the starter of the team, but I have 4 other people who run this team with me. And we all take a percentage into that team, and we all take on jobs. I never wanted a team about me. A lot of the teams that I have had experience with, it's all about the top crew.
Yep.
I want none of that. And I don't even tell people that I run the team. So when I go into a fellow TMS member and they're like, oh, here's Ross, she runs the team. I'm like, nah, I'm a part of the team. I don't run shit. I'm a part of the team. When I announced Monster Squad in my stream, I just say that, Rebel Dog is on the same stream team as I am. I don't say that I own it because it's not about me. Yep. It's about everybody as a whole coming together. And if you want to sit in your fellow teammates' streams, go for it. It makes it easier to raid people. I raid everybody in TMS. Whenever they're on, that's the first place I look. If TMS members are on, awesome, I raid them. They're my first and foremost. If they're not on, then I go to my friends. And if my friends aren't on, I go to somebody else, right?
Yeah.
But the team was meant to be more family-oriented than a kiss my ass team, right? It was meant to have people help one another out. You have people from different levels, different walks of life, giving input and ideas. And the team, for me, everybody has a say, not just the 4 or 5 of us that are head monsters. Yep. Everybody has a say. So if they want to see something in the team, let's friggin' do it. We don't have many requirements besides be active. Be active with your team members. Yeah. You're not going to join a team and then never talk to your team members ever. What's the point of that if you're not going to be active with your team members, whether it's inside of stream or inside the Discord? If you're never going to acknowledge anybody, why be a part of that team?
Yeah. And I'm really bad. I'm bad with Discords, period, and that's one thing I try, I try to
still go in and interact with people in their streams. There was some people that they're no longer in TMS, and this is a while back, that never did anything. They didn't raid TMS members. They didn't talk to them. They never did anything. So what's the point of being on a team if you're not going to be a team player? I don't expect any team members to be in the Discord every day, 24 hours a day. I'm a realist. If you can go in there and say hi in the morning and that's all you can fucking say, then that's all you fucking say, right? I don't expect you to be in there 24 hours typing to everybody and not. What? Who has the time for that?
But yeah, no, that's So no, I'm because like I said, I even when because you started this team on Mixer, didn't you?
I had a team on Mixer. That was for everybody. Yeah. And then when I made partner here, we opened up an official team. And we opened up the official team with the idea of it being for everyone. Not just a team to, fluff my numbers. If teammates want to come in.
All right, Serial, thank you.
Right on. Yeah, he's got,
Yeah.
Hi, Serial. Oh, that's Mr. Chico right there. He's my Chihuahua. Look at him.
He's like, you still on there? What you doing, Mom?
He's like, Mom, I'm gonna lay on top of your light now, so everything's gonna change.
But that's one of the things, because I try, because usually and most of the people either one stream during the day when I'm at work, or they stream at the same time that I do.
Yeah,
so it's like
hard.
Now, if I get off early, which I've been trying to cut my stream schedule back because that's the reason why I want to do it. I think I've gotten more comfortable in my own skin about doing this and in front of the camera, that this is where I want to go. This is where I want to take my brand to. I got notification today that it might even get bigger, so that's going to be, and I got to wait till after this weekend to talk with, some people, but there might be a little bit more exposure. So that is just, and it always
great.
Yeah. It always happens right when I'm sitting there. I tell everybody, it's like, oh, I'm just going to cut back, Hi, Shadow.
Hi, Shadow.
Hi, Dark. Hi, R. I'm reading your chat, but I was just kind of being polite to the guest.
You're gonna be a programmer. Nice.
Yeah, R's a brand new streamer. He came into my stream. He's in the Philippines, I believe. So he went live just a few months ago, or actually just about a month ago, I think. So,
that's awesome, and that's awesome that you're feeling more comfortable in your skin and getting out there. That's a great thing. One other thing about the team is I don't care if you're on more than one team. That's more people to hang out with, more people for you to, if you have a problem, a question, right? So it's another thing is you can be a part. I don't know how many teams Twitch allows you to be a part of, but I mean, no skin off my back if people want to be in 3 other teams.
To me,
as long as you're joining them for the right reasons, and it's not, I'm going to utilize this so I can get views. It's not about the views. No. It's about the connection, the connections that we make, the friends that we make. It has nothing to do with about views. Yeah. These are awesome and all, but at the end of the day, it's the connections that you make that keep you wanting to come back.
Yeah. Now like your team, the Twitch team and stuff like that, to where you actually got the band. Did you see where they changed the stuff on the front page? Your Twitch teams are now down in the About You section.
What? Really?
Yeah, where it says all your links and stuff like that. Your team, they moved your team down there now.
Shit! Yeah, you're right. I didn't even notice that.
Because
I never.
I thought it was I thought it was a glitch because I switched mine out between the Monster Squad and Stack Up. Depending on what I'm doing, and I try to give equal amount, because when you do that, when you have like the team page on the front page of your stuff, it swaps those out too, so that it gets like equal exposure.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
the little extension. So
right on.
So yeah, I was looking for that last night. It's like, well, maybe it's a glitch in Twitch, and then I just noticed today it's like, oh, it's down in the About You section, because I was sitting there trying, because like I said, I try to switch them out, and I don't want to be, when it comes to this here, to be able to split it up between, because like I said, I'm part of the Stack Up community or Stack Up stream team too.
Yeah.
And so like depending on what games and stuff I play, I'll switch it to them, because they're more military. So if I'm playing COD or whatever, I switch it to them.
With Stack Up.
Yeah, I think I've
worked with Stack Up for like 4.5 years.
Yeah, I think I think when you were talking about one of the charity things that they were doing, that's what got me interested in it, because I love doing charities for a good cause. So because you got to be careful about the charities out there nowadays. But but yeah, so yeah, if I'm playing COD or something like that, I'll switch it over to
of course, military, right? Stack
Up, and then if I'm playing Phasmophobia or any of the new horror games, then I switch it back to the Monster Squad. So that kind of gives me, and I think those two there are probably the only ones I want to do, because those are I think it just get confusing to try to split them up between.
There's so many charities out there. I do charities locally for me. I volunteer. I volunteer at a few different places, like an animal rescue.
Stack Up is amazing.
And Stack Up is amazing. They're great. What they do is amazing. Even though they're U.S. based, they're still allied forces, right? And it's men and women who put their lives on the line. I always say it takes somebody special to put their lives on the line and sacrifice everything they have ever known to go protect your freedom. The least that we can do is try to raise some funds for when they can no longer be active. And Stack Up is the only charity that I work with on stream. And it's the only charity that I will work with on stream. I do have charities that I do myself. I sponsor a family when I have the funds, and COVID wasn't a big thing before COVID. I sponsored a family for Christmas where we would buy them food, give them gift cards to go get their kids toys for the presents, so the presents come from the parents. I do a lot of animal shelter here, animal rescue called Alley Cats. So I work with them. We pick up feral cats and we bring them to the vets and get them homes.
Yep.
So I do a lot of crap here in my IRL for charities and my community. I volunteer on Remembrance Day. I volunteer down at the Veterans Home.
Wow.
So I'm a very big supporter of vets. I don't care if you're in the United States, in Canada, in the United Kingdom. I don't care where you are in the world, as long as you're an allied force, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to start protecting the enemy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I know. Yeah, because when people ask me, because I stream over there on Sunday mornings for 3 hours on their channel, And they always
nice.
people always come in and ask me. It's like, well, what branch did you serve in? And it's like, well, I go, I didn't personally serve. I go, my dad served. He was a Marine, and my 3 brothers were all Army. My dad actually served during Pearl Harbor, and
Nice. Yeah.
he was actually his unit was getting ready to get deployed out of Pendleton when there was an accident on the base, and he was one of 6 or 7 people that were injured.
Oh, wow.
And so they got medically discharged, so he didn't get to go.
Right.
He didn't to go.
Right.
He did not get to participate in World War II. But
Yeah.
if that was the case, if he did, there was a good chance that I probably wouldn't be sitting here today.
Exactly. I have a huge military family. I am American Canadian, so I have American family and I have Canadian family, and I have family in the U.S. Marines. I have family in the Air Force here.
Wow.
And regular Army division. So I support them. Even if my family wasn't involved in the military, I'd still support them because, again, this is somebody who doesn't know me, doesn't know my family, and they're willing to sacrifice everything.
Yep.
I don't care if you don't like your government. Fuck the government. They ain't for the people. But these men and women, they're not the government.
No.
They're doing this stuff for you and your freedoms. So that's how I look at it.
And just a little plug, I have been in contact with the Stack Up. I think, what is it? In September, I think is Mental Awareness Month or something like that. Or there's the first week of September is Mental Awareness Week or something. I can't remember, but it has something to do with mental awareness. And I think for a couple of days during that week, I've contacted them and we're going to work some things out to bring some people on and talk about what they do and everything else. So we're going to showcase Stack Up.
Nice.
So
good.
So
it's a great charity. I think everyone should be involved with it.
Yeah. So if you had one piece of advice that has helped you out throughout the years, and if you would give it to like a new streamer, to R being a new streamer, what would be that one piece of advice?
Be you. Fuck what other people think.
I love her.
That's it. Be you. Fuck what anyone else thinks about you. Fuck them.
Yep.
I'm a very straightforward person, if you haven't guessed that already.
That's what I like it.
People don't like me, and then there's people who do like me. I honestly have 0 fucks to give if you like me or not. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and I understand that. And that is new streamers are always worried about what people are going to think of me. Fuck them. If they don't like you, they can leave, right? There's nothing holding them here. If they don't like what you do or what you say, go. Don't let the doorknob hit you in the ass on the way out. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people put on a false persona. They put on a person who they aren't. People see through that. They see that you're not being genuine. Yep. Right? So just be genuine. Just don't use people as well. Just be you. Be you. And you will eventually grow. And you will grow because people want to be with you. They like you. So your community will grow because of you, not this person you pretend to be on camera. Because a lot of streamers are somebody else on camera and completely different off stream. Yep. I am the same on stream and off stream. I'm just antisocial. So I do keep to myself. I look like I'm unapproachable, but I'm really not.
That's me too. I'm the same way. It's talking about right there about being you. I don't know if you listen to a lot of Matthew McConaughey stuff that he's got on YouTube.
No, but I don't listen to a lot of it, but I have listened to some of his stuff. Very positive guy.
Yeah, I mean, and he's very humble. Yeah. There was one thing because I'm thinking about maybe once I get this under control and everything else, I might start doing like maybe a little streamer academy for new streamers. But one of the things it says is somebody asked him, it's like, what do you do when you go into a set? He goes, do you worry about people judging you and making sure you do it right? And he goes, no. He goes, I think about it. He goes, what I do, he goes, I focus on what I'm doing right then and there. He goes, don't worry about how you're received. Worry about the result. Basically go in, do what you're going to do. And then when you're done, then you can worry about and if there was something wrong, something done, So basically I looked at that and it's like, okay, that's a good thing for streamers. It's like, because everybody's worrying about numbers, go in, do your stream, turn off that view count, do your stream, and then when you close the stream, then worry about your numbers.
Yep. I was taught that. I was told that by, like I said, my mentor, Cranky Canuck.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, don't worry about the views. They'll come. Follows or nothing. Follows. Everybody follows. It's the followers that come back. You know what? You'll have 30 people follow and maybe 2 will come back. And he goes, that's what you want to praise, is those that come back to you. Those that turn off the view counts, don't worry about your numbers. I am partnered and I go for partnerships. I never worry about my numbers on screen while I'm streaming. I worry about the numbers after the fact, when I'm like, okay, I want to apply for this sponsorship. Now I've got to look at my numbers, right? But other than that, even if you're a seasoned veteran as a streamer, don't even worry about the numbers, because why would you give yourself that anxiety? Yeah. Numbers move, right? You know what I mean? Someone refreshes the channel, there goes a view. Yeah. I have shitty anxiety to begin with. So
I know.
If I watch that, I would probably never be able to stream. If I watch those numbers go up and down, I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing wrong? And then I realize, fuck them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If people don't like my content and leave.
And I don't know how you cannot like her content, because like I said, y'all if you've never been in one of her streams, you need to go and watch, just lurk in the background and watch her streams. She's got chat interaction with Snapcam. She's got, I've tried to do that, but I'm like, no, that's just one extra thing I've got to worry about, so I'm not worried about that.
It's a pain in the ass and it doesn't want to work, but if you ever want to try it, I've made my own coding to where my bot talks to my Snap camera. So I can show you it depending on the bot that you use. Yep. I can show you how to utilize that. It's a hit or miss. Sometimes I have weeks that the camera works amazing, and then I have days of like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah. And I think that's more Snapcam than it is anything else. I think
I think it's a mixture of Snapcam and my bot. But this is one of my favorite filters. Is this guy right here?
Yeah. See.
I'm not about the looks. I like things that are gory and scary, and if I can scare the shit out of you, I will.
Yeah, she is probably one of the most interactive streamers I think that I've come across on Twitch. I
love my friends.
And Mixer, both. She is one of the most interactive streamers, that really keep her audience entertained while she's playing a game. I mean, I was watching her one day. She was sitting there playing a game and she was dying left and right, and she just kept restarting, but she was having fun with her community. So it's just like,
they're my friends, they're my family. I love them. I honestly genuinely care. When I ask you, how are you doing, I want to know. If you're having a shitty day, lay it on me. I don't believe in this fake positivity, right? You can be positive, but real life has its ups and downs. I'm a realist. So life has its ups and downs. I'm always, I try to be as positive as possible, but some days I have those days where I just want to stab people in the face. And my community, my friends help me rise above that, right? So I love them. They give me their time, and that's the most precious thing in this world that you can give somebody is your time. And they're willing to give me their time for 1, 2, 5 hours, even if it's 5 minutes. I'm very grateful for that. I love them. Like, I truly love them. And I tell them that all the time. I feel that we need to normalize telling your friends that you love them, because there's nothing wrong with it, right? Yeah. Just because I tell you I love you doesn't mean I want to fuck you.
Exactly.
It just means I care for you. Exactly. I care for you in a way that I don't want to see anything happen to you. I do care about what you have to say. If you're having a good day, a bad day, if something went on at work, lay it on me.
See, I love this woman.
And I love you too.
I love her energy. But all right, well, I'm not going to keep you anymore, because I know that you said you had some stuff to do afterwards.
I still have to eat supper. I didn't have enough time.
Oh no. So but I really appreciate you coming on and helping me with this, and I appreciate everything that the Monster Squad has done for me, the Horde has done for me, and there are gonna hopefully you'll come back in the future, because
oh hell yeah,
this is gonna it's been a hit for the last 2 times, so in my opinion.
That's great.
So
I'm very honored to be on your show. Like, definitely very honored to be on your show. I was sad that I missed out on the last event, but with the time change, we had family plans, and I was like, well, I don't think I can back out of those.
No. Family comes first.
Blast.
And
I
see,
had a blast, and I'm very honored to be on your show.
see, and I know we talked to the girls. The girls want to do another one, so
Hell yeah, I love those ladies. They're awesome ladies.
So I think they want to get more in depth about everything. And you know, I don't know if you watched some of the clips that I posted on Twitter, but they enjoyed themselves when I wasn't around.
They looked like they had a blast, right? And so I was like, God damn it, it sucks that I missed it. And I watch people's VODs. If you have VODs and you're on the Monster Squad, for the most part, I watch VODs when I'm either working, like if I'm here doing my video content for the week for TikTok or whatever, I'm watching a VOD. I genuinely am interested in what you have to do, what you do, right? It may, even if it's just playing a video game or whatever it may be, I still watch VODs.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are like, oh, I had one person watch a VOD. That's probably me.
And hey, one person's better than none, you know? So yeah, it's like.
Exactly.
But
exactly.
But yeah, no, the last Saturday's video was not on Twitch because my dumbass accidentally deleted it. I thought I was deleting another video and I accidentally hit that one, but thank God I downloaded it, but it is clipped and it is on my YouTube channel.
I've seen your clips. I have to go to your YouTube channel. I don't know if I'm subscribed to you, but I will. I seen the stuff that you posted on Twitter, and that's what I was like, oh, they look like they had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I had to take a potty break, and when I took a potty break, never leave them unattended.
Right.
You know, so that was one of the clips where it's just that's when the three of them are only one in there. That's when I left them unattended. So, but yeah, they had fun. So that was the most important thing. But yeah, I'm gonna let you go eat dinner. And like I said, I appreciate you again. And everybody, if you have not yet, which I'm sure probably most of you have, but the ones that have just started to join, make sure you go follow this woman, especially on her Twitch and her YouTube, because she will give you a lot of stuff, especially if you like horror stuff.
Yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, this is ReAnimateHer. Like I said, she's top notch. She's one of the top notch streamers of all times that I'm going to say right now. So
thank you. And before I go, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you that have stopped by this stream to pay attention to this man right here and to be here for me being on the show. Thank you for your time. I appreciate your time, and I can tell you that Rebel appreciates your time as well. So thank you for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you for having me on the show, Rebel. I will love to be back. I would love to be back. Yeah,
as soon as I can get, because I know Illcat's her work schedule kind of throws everything, not throws everything off, but I work around everybody. This is not a dead set time, so it's like I will work around anybody's schedule.
Experiment, so, right? It doesn't hurt. If you have any questions about interviews and stuff like that, hit me up. Oh, I have been doing my web show for like 3.5 years, almost 4 years now, and I've had guests like independent film directors. I had Todd Farmer, writer and actor on Jason X. He wrote Jason X.
I've seen a little bit of that one.
Played Dallas on there, so I can give you some tips if you have questions. I mean, you're doing a friggin' great ass job from what I can see. So
no, I'm always up. Everybody sits there and says, a lot of people take criticism the wrong way, and if you take it the wrong way, that's just something on you to do. That's your choice to take it. That just doesn't mean you don't. That means you don't want help. Criticism, I accept criticism because you need criticism to enhance yourself. So
that, and some people don't know how to give criticism either. That I find is a big thing. Telling somebody they suck and not why, that's not criticism. Telling somebody, hey, by the way, your audio was a little crackle here and it got loud here and it clipped here. I think you need a better mic. I think you need this. That's criticism. Telling somebody they suck and not having a reason why they suck or why their audio sucks, that's not criticism. That's you being a dick.
Yeah, exactly.
And I will call you out on that.
Yeah. That's why it's like Saturday when talking about the cussing and stuff like that, because everybody always asks me, it's like, can I cuss on your channel? It's like, I don't give a crap. Oh no, you can. No, you can. It was Shadow. I think Shadow was one, and I think Illcat also asked me. They sit there and asked me if they could cuss on my stream because they didn't know. I go, dude. I sit there and I go, you have not been in my streams when we get the guys together, because it is like we've even got a couple of my mods that are females. They come through here, and oh my god, You know, so yeah, it's not a family friendly stream.
I assumed because you had Shadow Serpent on, and I love that woman, and I know her mouth. So you had her on. I automatically assumed I would be okay.
No, you're fine. Yeah, I love it because that way I don't have to watch what I say because.
Right.
But anyways, go eat, and like I said, I appreciate you, and I love you, and I will get with you guys on the next round.
That's awesome. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. I love you as well. Mwah. I will slash us all later, guys. Bye. Have a wonderful evening. Bye. How do I leave here? Do I just leave setup? I think so.
Yeah, just leave. Just get out of here. No.
Just leave, bitch. All right.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye. All right, that's pretty cool. I love her. I love her. I love her. What happened to my music? My music died. The awkward silence. Oh, I died. It died, so you just listen to my voice. Anyways, next up, we've got the man, the myth, the legend himself. I need another beer. I lost train of thought. Anyways, the next man up, he keeps thinking he can't hang, but he's gonna be doing fine because he's got his own style and his own way of doing things, which makes him great. The man himself, AOD Insane. So whenever you're ready to log in, my dude. See, those are the only two banners that I got done for the entire time, was this banner and her banner. Everything else I put together at the very last freaking minute. So yeah, ReAnimateHer, make sure, like I said, go follow her on all of her socials. And the man, the myth, the legend himself coming on right now. You need to go follow him on his. Those are the only socials I had, dude. So you need to, if you want to add some more in, you can add some more in. But and ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause for AOD Insane.
Give a round of applause for AOD Insane.
No, you got to mute your stream, dude.
Well, thank you for that. Is everything coming through cool?
Yeah, I just hear a little bit of an echo.
Here, let me actually, I think I got to mute that bad boy so you don't get feedback.
Actually, I think I can. Let me
make sure that I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Just trying to make sure. Are y'all getting feedback on my end?
Nope. It sounds great now.
Great. Perfect.
Anyways, this is the man, the myth, the legend. This is AOD Insane.
I don't know that you can say that after that interview. I don't know that holds up anymore.
Oh no. Oh, you guys, it's the reason why. It's like you guys have your own personality, your own. That's why I like interviewing different people. And it's just like,
nice to meet you, ReAnimateHer. It was an honor, and truly, it was kind of mind-blowing. I even messaged my mans, and I told him, I said, I'm rather convinced that she either watches my stream or records my stream, because you couldn't have said, like, literally, this will probably be a very short interview.
No.
Because
no.
Word for word, have I not said everything a woman has said?
Well, not everything, because you still got some questions. That was only the last half. There's still the first half you still got to answer.
How are you insane, man? I've been going through it, but you know what? We ain't here to talk about that because that's depressing. So
great minds think alike. Yep, that's right. Yeah, that's it. But anyways, to kick everything off, the age-old question: pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Hell no.
What?
Bro, I feel like
interview over. No, I'm just joking.
Bro, okay, all right, we'll see y'all later. It's been nice. No, man, I don't know. I've tried it before, and it's the tanginess that gets me. And then at some point, I started to feel like you could be a communist if you put it on there. So then I started feeling like an American obligation to not do it.
American obligation to not do it. No, pineapple is on pizza. I grew up with pineapple and pizza.
Well, that's why you grew up on it.
That's all right. My wife gets irritated, and my wife and my daughter get irritated with me because I put sugar on my biscuits and gravy because I like sweet gravy. And the reason that's the only thing that I put it on. The only time I put sugar on white gravy is on my biscuits and gravy. And steaks or whatever, chicken fried steaks, it's all just regular. But the reason why I have to explain it to them every time, because as soon as they forget, is I put that on there because that was the only way my mom, when I was a kid, I could get me to eat the gravy because I hate the taste of gravy.
Right.
So anything she did, it's just like everything was Karo syrup or sugar, so it's probably the reason why I was a chubby baby growing up.
Yeah.
It's probably the reason why I can't lose the midsection now.
Bro, I feel it, but you know what? You're beautiful.
Oh, no, you're beautiful. Look at that beard, man.
Now, no, the real question is do you put sugar on spaghetti?
No.
That has been a raging debate.
I don't. My wife does.
You need to get a divorce.
Yeah, she puts sugar and Tabasco sauce, depending, not at the same time, but she'll rotate them out.
Right.
Well, no, actually, she puts sugar in.
Sauce.
She puts sugar in her spaghetti sauce. Until I told her, it's like I don't like sugar in my spaghetti sauce.
It was a joke, ReAnimateHer. Yeah, matter of fact, I mean, I kind of wore a shirt for the occasion.
No filter. There you go. Yep.
Yeah, and there is danger, there. So
you have an upset stomach? What? No. Nah.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Anyways,
man,
why don't you tell us?
Yeah, you better start coming up with questions because, like I said, I was not playing around. My wife was in the background. She's sitting here saying, "Don't do it. Don't even do the interview. She's did it for you. She did it for you, and your work here is done."
No, because we got to know who you are, man. So, I mean, I know 90% of these people in here, but ReAnimateHer's crew don't know who you are. So why don't you give us about as quick as you can a spiel about yourself. Tell us who you are. Who is insane?
Oh God, I've been insane since I was born, but I took on the handle when AOL 95. So Damn. I've always been some form of insane, always. I started out doing competitive Call of Duty. I was a one-man army. And then all of a sudden I met a group of friends. We got to the point where we were competing in leagues. We were damn near top of the food chain. And that ran for Modern Warfare 3. After Modern Warfare 3, everything went beep. So we stopped doing that. And I realized, I got told by streaming by my cousin, he hit me up and he was like, man, he's like, you need to check out this site. He's like, I think you'd be good at doing this. So I tried, and after a few months or whatever, I did collections for 10 years, and it depressed me to no end because I'm manic depressive, bipolar, and ADHD in a severe manner because my mom fed me Xanax when I was 9, and that's a whole nother thing. So I found streaming was a way for me to get away from all that. I was able to connect with other people and potentially make an impact in their lives. And thus, whenever Twitch denied me partnership after having found out that I was being botted by a troll, so they got me for false numbers or something like that.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, it was super, super cold stuff, man. I had to think to myself, man, it's like that's some deep-rooted hate right there. To go out of your way to pay for a service, you know what I mean? That you like, that's some deep-seated hate. So I kind of quit streaming, and then my buddy who worked over at Mixer when Mixer first got it's super shitty, girl. Whenever Mixer got started, my buddy invited me over there. So I made the jump and I just started streaming and I caught on real quick and everybody was like, what does AOD stand for? What does AOD stand for? And I got it tattooed not once but twice because of how much it means to me. And just as ReAnimateHer had said, we're a family far before we're a team. And all I ever wanted to cultivate was an area where people could go to, no matter what was going on in your day, in your life at that time. When you come into anybody with the name AOD and their stuff, you know that you're going to have a good time. We don't do negativity. You do negativity, and I promise you I'm a really nice guy until I'm not. And if you come in with negativity, especially towards the people I care most about, you're going to get it. You're gonna get it. Yep. And I hate to be the one to say that. But
no, you got to put a stop to it somehow.
Oh, bro, and
especially in today's world.
Right, exactly. And I don't just put a stop to it. I drop an atomic bomb.
Yeah.
I'm one of the only people I know that hold a record for being permabanned on Twitter, which I'm actually very proud of. So yeah, basically in a nutshell, AOD was created to do the exact same thing the ReAnimateHer does. Yeah. Give people a place to call home.
And it does, because I that was actually, AOD was one of the first family community teams, whatever you want to call it, that I was a part of when I first started streaming. Because, it's like I said, I came in, didn't know nothing, didn't know nobody. And it's hard, especially when you don't have a family, when you don't have a support system. This is just like any other thing. If you do not have a support system, if you do not have a support system, it is hard to get into,
It is dog eat dog.
Yeah, so... And then plus, if you don't know anybody, Sainted Lord, how you doing? Long time no see. But yeah, if it's something, that's one thing I tell streamers. The number one thing I always used to tell streamers when they said that they wanted to start streaming, like, what do they need to do first? It's like find a community, find some type of a structure, a family structure type thing, somebody that will support, a support structure, I guess I'd say.
It's funny you say that, because again, me, I've grown a lot since I started doing this, because I built this brand. It's been going on 10 years, and that's why we have 4 stores. I've got chains made with AOD. We've literally got close to 30 people with the AOD logo tattooed on them.
Yep.
Like, we've come so far, and my goal when I started AOD was to, if I changed or improved or enhanced or did anything for just one person, then it was all worth it. And now it's turned into something that I'm not even in control of. I'm not in control of AOD. AOD has taken on its own thing. It's, at this point, it's a movement. It's a movement, and it's all a part of, are you going to jump on the train? Or are you going to stand by and watch it go by?
Yeah.
Because you better get out of the way, because the Mack truck don't worry about a pebble. And we're rolling.
Yeah.
And we always are. It's just, man, it's an honor to be, like, me, like, I've gone through some ish as everybody, but I've been through heroin addiction. I've been homeless. I've been arrested. I wasn't meant. I never thought that I would do anything worthwhile.
Yep.
So to have people like you, people like ReAnimateHer with the same thought process, it lets me know that we on the right track.
Yeah.
And that's all I could ever ask for,
it's like I told you in the beginning, if I don't believe in something, I don't stick around. So it's like,
why would you?
But yeah, AOD to me has been, like I said, it was my, I watched a lot of streamers. Sadly, some of them aren't with the AOD anymore, but I watched a lot of streamers that I like their camaraderie that they had between each other. You'd see them in the streams, each other's streams and stuff like that over on Mixer. And I think the switch between Mixer, I think the Mixer shutdown killed a lot of hopes and dreams for a lot of people.
It didn't just kill it; it stabbed it in the back with a butter knife until it died.
So, and I think that's kind of where I've seen a lot, and not just in here
Adapt
or in
die, AR. Adapt or die, buddy.
Yeah. You know,
Sorry, go ahead.
No,
bro.
you're fine. You're fine. And yeah, it's just crazy how things, you know, even people that were like hyped up on Mixer, and you know some of the partners over there that came to Twitch and didn't get their partnership over here, you could see in their face and in their streams that they're not with it anymore. You know, they're just a dead shell. You know,
Yep.
And
you know, honestly, I blame a lot of that, just as ReAnimateHer said, because again, taking the words right out of my mouth, we were pawned off, not because it wasn't profitable, but it wasn't profitable enough for them to continue with it.
yeah, well, and that was their own fault.
And that's sad. That's sad, man. That shows greed beyond greed, and then we got pawned off to Facebook of all places. Like, like, are you serious, bro? Like, Zuckerberg only did it because he's got enough money to wipe his ass with. Like, just use it as toilet paper. That's the only reason he did it. He has no intentions of truly competing. All he wants is that 1%.
Yeah.
That 1% that's going to pull him money. That's it. That's why people like Son of Odin, people that are partnered over there. That's why they're getting out of there.
Yep.
Because they're seeing it. It's like they don't get no love. They don't get no promotion. They don't get none of that. They can't even play music on their stream. Like,
yeah, that's one of the things me and Big Man up there hating we're gonna do a Twitch versus Facebook podcast coming up here soon, so that ought to be interesting. So
that's gonna be heated. That's gonna be super heated, brother.
And but yeah, no, but okay, when you got into streaming, did you have like an influence as a streamer that you watched that kind of?
I did. The person that taught me how to stream in many different ways, there were a couple of them, but the main one, the first one I ever really saw, is Yui. A lot of people know Yui. She's rather big deal on Twitch, and she taught me how to stream because when I first saw her streaming, she was doing a like body workout type of thing. And she was getting all this hate, like just haters, just trolls sitting there talking about her belly or whatever. And no matter what, she kept a smile on her face and she had a good time. Yeah. And she's always so upbeat and she's always so kind. It inspired me to be what she was, because I could be having a bad day and she could turn it all around just because, you know, I love her and her husband, man. Like, I've met them both multiple times, and she's such down to earth people. I'm one of the few people that's on her stream team. And to me, that was just like, that was awesome, man. Like, she's just good people.
Sorry, my chair keeps wanting to lower.
You need a new chair, bro.
No, it's a new chair. I think
I'm just messing with you.
It's a.
You need some pillows.
No, I've got to get with Techni and have him replace the cylinder. So.
Oh, those bastards.
But you know, I've had 2 chairs from Techni. You know, this was a free one. Of course. You know, because I made my sales quota for a free chair. So if y'all, and also we have a special going on. If you guys give me 250 subs, I will give a sub giveaway for a free chair. I mean, it's real, but I'm not going to promote that. Anyways.
You're doing a free trip where? A
free chair.
Oh, I was about to say, where are we going?
Yeah, if I get 250 subs, I'll get. Well, I don't know. If I get enough subs, we'll do. I'm good for anything, you know.
Me too.
You know, hell, I twerk for I twerk for 5,000 bits now. So I mean.
Yeah.
Thanks to my mods, Noodles and Antagonist, you know, they decided to, you know, they're both females, so they were wanting to see me twerk. So one night I had a few too many Bud Light seltzers, and I said, there I go, okay. Back then it was 2,500 bits, and I had 2,500 bits in like 30 seconds. I'm like, seriously, guys? I was only joking. But, you know, you're live, you have to do it, so.
You live and you learn.
Yeah, exactly. So now it's 50,000. But yeah, no. And having an influence, like I said, when you're coming into streaming, when I came into streaming, I had people I watched like ReAnimateHer, like Shadow, like Glam, I really hadn't met AOD people quite that much yet, but I did watch Lady Death. She was one of my top streamers that I watched.
Wonderful
And
being.
but yeah, like I said, I could count right now. My very, very, very first streamer, the very first time I logged on to Xbox and logged into Mixer, 1,000 Years was on. She wasn't even partner yet. She was just starting out herself, basically. But her community was huge. She had the numbers, but she was interactive with everybody in her community. And then I started seeing ReAnimateHer, and I started seeing Glam, and everybody else and how they reacted with their communities. And, then I went to watch some of the game players like Gugod and I can't even remember, Shipped or whatever it is, and some of the Apex players and stuff like that. And they did not interact with their community. Their community was just there to fend for themselves, which then I understand. It's like, okay, there's two different types of streamers. There's the ones, like you guys that interact with your communities, and there's the ones that are just dead hard gamers. That's what they stream for, is to stream their gameplay.
Yep.
See, I didn't know none of that when I first started, so it was just like, I'm glad I found the ones first that took on their community as their main focus other than the game. Because if I would have took on the people that, if I would have been introduced to, because first impressions is everybody's, just like we were talking about the other night, it's just like the first 10 seconds that you watch somebody stream is how you're going to react to basically anything in life. The first 10 seconds you meet anybody, that's like a golden rule in psychology. The first 10 seconds that you meet anybody is going to be your determination whether you like the person or not. So it's like a good impression. It's not, like ReAnimateHer said, don't be fake, be yourself, because as a human beings, I once heard, and I agreed with it, as human beings, we have an automatic bullshit detector. That's just...
that's good. It's accurate.
That's just something we have.
People don't even know that they got it.
Yeah, exactly.
But they got it.
People don't know they have it, but yeah, everybody, if you sit there and you go back in life and you look at people that fucked you over, or were dishonest by somehow, you will see that oh yeah, my bullshit detector was broke at that time, but now
I'm saying so many names right now. Oh my goodness, I could say so many names.
Yeah, but it's just like,
Jesus. So thank you, Jesus.
Cars have ABS in it. Yeah, exactly.
You know me long enough, man. I will call you out so quick.
And
so quick, man. Like,
and I'm the same way. It's just like I tell you when we get into some of our conversations, it's like, don't take it the wrong way, but this is the way I am.
And you heard me the other day. Hold on a second. Give me 1 second.
That's the reason why they call me Rebel Dog. The rebel is just because I don't give a shit, and I like to make things change, and I like to shake the boat. And dog is I just don't give up. If I sink my teeth into something, it's like a dog. It's hard to get it out of their teeth. So that's the way. That's how I found my name. Yeah, that's one thing I forgot to ask ReAnimateHer, so I'm gonna have to ask her later, because that's one thing I'm curious about names. But I'm gonna do a whole new podcast on that.
Just genius. That's just creativity at its best, right there. Is what that is.
Yeah, but yeah. So because names, I always curious how people come up with their names, because some of them, when they started, like my very first name when I started, I let Xbox pick it. It was Darken 2020.
Well, at least they didn't give you something like, like pot.
Yeah.
Pot man. Or, you know what I mean? Like, and when I mean pot, I don't mean like smoke a pot.
Oh, no, yeah.
Like a cookable pot. They tend to do that. They'll be like Fork 22 or Stone 11. You know what I mean? So you kind of lucked out.
You love the... Oh, okay. Okay. That is sweet.
Oh, that's dope.
But yeah, I look at it this way. The people that I have seen, that I have met, that have cool names, their names usually fit something in their life or their personality. You know?
I mean, like I said, insane since AOL was born, and I put an extra I just because pretty fucking insane. So yeah, because when I changed my name from Dark in 2020, it took me forever to find. I went through like 3 other different names,
before I finally came up with Rebel Dog, which was spelled, the political way, REBEL. But for Microsoft, I had add an extra L in there because the main one was taken. So it's like, okay, so I went for like 6 months with the REBELLLDAWG, and so it's like, fuck, because that's one thing you hear these Twitch talkers say. It's like, oh, don't put numbers in your name, don't do this, don't do that. It's like, fuck it. I sit there and it's like, so I went through Twitch, Twitter, and everything else, and I changed the E to a 3, and it was acceptable on all platforms. It's like, okay, that's my name. So now every single platform, from Twitch to DLive to TikTok to, if you need to find me, it's spelled this. You can Google my name the way it's spelled, and it brings up all my socials.
Same. And you know what? Honestly, that's just good marketing.
Exactly.
I mean, if you're doing it, the people that really get me are the ones that put like I's and L's.
Yeah. Or the X's, X's on both ends.
Are you trying to be found, or are you purposely going for not being found?
Or putting the X's, 2 X's at the end and 1 X at the other end.
Or underscores.
Yeah.
Multiple underscores.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not finna guess how many underscores you have in your name. I'm not gonna do it, bro.
Yeah, one number is cool. Yeah.
To figure that out.
But yeah, and I still go into some people's, like, I'll just randomly go into somebody's stream one night and I'll chat in their chat, and they're sitting there looking at my name going, Rebel Dog. It's like, really? You don't know that says Rebel Dog? It's like, you're bad at the name. You're bad at the license plate game too.
Don't ever become a cop, bro.
Exactly.
You're gonna fail, bro.
All right. So how long, when you first started streaming, was it like were you nervous? How long did it take you to hit that live button?
Oh man, dude. I remember it being so new to me. Like,
it's forbidden to.
I used my Kinect as a camera, and I grabbed a stool, put it right next to me so it looked like I had a cam.
Mm-hmm.
And I streamed straight from my Xbox, and everything that I have now is from y'all. Every single thing. I have a beast of a computer. I mean, like, everything I have is from the community, and I owe that straight up and down to a couple people. The main man himself, the dude I credit everything to, is my dude Triolo. That dude, I did collections. I did collections for 10 years. And I hated it, obviously. Arguing for 8 to 10 hours a day, it just does something to you. You know what I mean? I
knew there was something that, yeah, because I usually have fun. I usually poke fun at collection agencies.
Oh, bro, I was a savage. If you'd have got me on the phone, you'd have hung up real quick.
Nah, I don't know. I'd have probably made you hung up.
I'm telling you, I used to tell people, you see that black car outside your house? Ma'am, that is an investigator coming to serve you with papers if you don't pay this bill. I was breaking laws, bro. I was a horrible nightmare to deal with.
Now, 10 years ago, yeah, I would have probably been, but my skin's gotten hard over the last 10 years. Actually, the last 20 years. So I keep forgetting I'm old.
Oh, you ain't old.
I don't know.
70's the new 20.
70's the new 20. Oh, thank you. I'm not quite that old. I feel it though, but
I'm just fucking with you. But no, man, after 10 years of doing it, man, my buddy Triolo, he saw the potential that I had, or what he saw that I didn't see. And he told me one day, I was like, man, I don't know how much longer I can do this. He said, don't do it no more then. I said, well, you tell me what am I going to do, right? And he goes, quit it right now. Walk inside and quit your job. So I walked inside and I quit my job, and he paid my rent for almost a year.
Damn.
So I could get on my feet. And the rest is just like Wookiee came along. Once Wookiee came along, it was kind of just done. It just started going. Like, those are two people I've had. I mean, like, my mom, she kicked me out of my house, or kicked me out of our house when I was 15 because her girlfriend didn't like me. So I was homeless for a few months, and then after that, I lived in my buddy's closet for a year. And I don't mean a big old nice walk-in closet. I mean, I lived in a small closet for about a year. And I had no idea what I was going to do. And like I said, I became a heroin addict over like 3 times over.
Yep.
And I was kind of just drowning, dude. I was kind of drowning. And then I got the opportunity from one of my friends who actually was a broadcaster at the time. Everybody knows him as either Pew Pew Bang or, you know, Muskie. But he invited me to come out here and start over. And then I jumped at it. And it's been the best decision I ever made. Like, I've got an incredible family, and times are tough for everybody. I understand, you know.
Yep.
But man, that's why phrases like "you got to keep on trucking," as cliche as they sound, you got to keep on keeping on.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
They're cliche for a reason, you know. It's because they ring true. So
yeah, no, I totally get where you're coming from, because I was the same way. It's like when I was growing up, I mean, my dad passed away when I was young, so it was just me and my mom. When my mom, I put it this way, basically my mom and dad would probably be your grandma and grandpa, you know, just for the fact because my mom was born in 31, my dad was born in 22. You know, they both got married really, really young. So when my mom and dad got married, you know, the only thing my mom knew was my dad, you know, for what? See, I was 8 when my dad passed away, so I think they were married for like almost 30 years. And I'm the baby of the family, and there's 10 of us, you know, so or was 10 of us. Most of them have passed on by now, but
oh man.
But yeah,
y'all
so it's just like
could have been like the Harlem Globetrotters with 10
oh
people.
yeah. You try fitting the older brothers and sisters and all the siblings in a small little house, you know, for vacation or for Christmases and Thanksgivings. That was at that time when I was little. I didn't think nothing about it, but I went and revisited the house that I grew up in. We used to do that in. It's like, how in the fuck did we all fit in here?
Right.
You know,
it's amazing what the human body and the human mind can endure when it has to. You don't know how strong you are until you're put in that position.
Yeah, so whenever, you know, it's the same way. It's like, so whenever we moved around a lot, you know, by the time from 8 to 18, so 10 years, you know, we moved around constantly between brothers and sisters and stuff like that, because my mom was, you know, finding herself again, you know, for being married for basically her entire childhood and adulthood. And so I learned not to keep a lot of stuff. You know, basically anything I could fit in the trunk of my car or the back seat of my car is what I owned for like years. The 10 years I've been here where I'm at now and married to my wife now is the most stuff I have ever had in my entire life. I mean, I feel like Warren Buffett right now, even though I don't have his money, you know, but I have more stuff now than I've had in my entire life, you know. But yeah, we used to do that all the time. When I was in high school, you know, my mom did her own thing, and I had my own place when I was 14, you know, and, you know, that was a big thing, like, for having a high school kid or a junior high or I guess I just started high school, to have your own place, you know. It was probably party central, even though I wasn't that popular for the parties, but. I
mean, I didn't get mine until I was about 17, but I got there eventually, and I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, so, I mean, after that happened, you know, it's like I used to, you know, I had structure built into me because I think... Yeah, that's a whole nother psychological standpoint of it. But I had structure built into me because of what my mom and dad, you know, from what I remember of my dad and what I seen of their life, you know, growing, the little time I had between them two growing up. I don't know. It just instilled some type of a structure in me to at least try to stay focused on one thing. You know, I'm not saying I wasn't a good kid. You know, I was not the kid.
Or any of us good kids. I mean, come on now.
I mean, I wasn't the good kid. You know, everybody thought I was. You know, everybody sits there and always says, "Oh, you're just, you know, goody two shoes, blah blah blah." And it's like, no, I'm just smarter than y'all. I just do it, and I don't fucking get caught. You know, you're the dumbass is because you get caught doing it. I'm the smart one because I don't get caught doing it. You know, so it's not that I don't do the same shit you do. It's just I'm smarter not to get caught.
Right. I'm just ahead of the game, and you're sitting there tripping on curves, bro. I can't help you with that.
So yeah, so I get where you were. You know, I used to, you know, like you said, you know, having a hard time. You know, I used to sleep in my. You know, I'd find, you know, a friend of mine or whatever. I would leave their house, you know, staying with them, and then I would go sleep in my car. Then about 2:00 in the morning, I'd get this knock on the window. And I'm looking up, and it's like it's my friend's mom or dad sitting there saying, "What are you doing? Get your ass in the house."
Yeah, get inside. What are you doing?
It's like, oh, you know, I just didn't want to impose. Yeah, I didn't want to impose.
Yep.
So so I kind of get, you know, I get growing up without anything because even though I didn't have money, you know, I worked for a week or enough money to, buy fuel or get gas in my car, you know, to go cruising for a weekend. You know, I had so many fucking jobs. I wore out every job in my hometown because, you know, I worked at every single one of them. But just to get enough money just to get by, you know, it's all I cared about.
Right. I was the same way. I did landscaping, and every day he would pay us like $60. And I'd take 50 of it and go buy Xanax and keep the other 10 for food. I did that for a couple years, like, because I had no idea what I was doing. You know, I was young. I was still trying to process and understand how you kick your only son out because your girlfriend didn't like him. I had a whole lot of things going on upstairs, you know. And so I get it, bro.
Yeah,
I
totally understand. So no, that's why I said I totally understand where you came from too. So it's like, I mean, I it wasn't the fact that I got kicked out. It's just, you know, my mom wasn't, you know, being a bitch about things, about saying, you know, not taking care of me. It's she knew that I had a good head on my shoulders, that I wasn't going to go out and get in trouble. But I learned a lot of things that I'm not proud of learning that I can do, you know, but it got me by then, and now that going back to the bullshit detector, it's made me an even bigger bullshit detector because I can see what people are.
You're like a supercomputer for it now.
Yeah, because I can sit there and it's like, okay, I fucking did that. You can't bullshit me.
Yeah, no, dude. Bro, again, can tell stories for days, man. But I've had people try to approach me and tell me that if I would oust someone from AOD, that they would hook me up with Johnny Depp.
Would you want to be hooked up with Johnny Depp?
Well, do you know how hard I laughed? And I said a couple things. I said, first of all, I don't take kindly to people giving me ultimatums because I don't like them. You kind of tell me to do one thing, especially if it's to benefit you, and you can pretty much guarantee that I'm gonna do the opposite to the extreme.
Yep.
And I don't like anybody dangling keys to the castle in front of me and saying, "Hey, I'll do this for you if you do this for me." I don't roll that way. I've never rolled that way. Just like ReAnimateHer said, like
Jack Sparrow's king.
I do this to help people.
Yeah.
I don't care how. All our graphic designers, I don't ask for a penny. I just give them clients.
Yep.
To make money, because it all comes back in the fold, and it's gotten me to where I am, I believe. And I truly think that we're just scraping the surface of what we're gonna do. Like,
oh yeah,
you know.
Yeah, and that's, you know, as long as it goes with anything in life. You know, it's just like, you know, just like I quoted earlier, you know, that one, if you ever do, you know, Google or you go on YouTube and search for some of Matthew McConaughey's speeches.
Oh, he's a brilliant man.
That dude, you know, there's one in there that tells his life story, how he started out, you know.
I've read it.
He sat there and said that when he started acting, he wrote himself a $10,000 check. You're thinking of Jim Carrey.
Was
that Jim Carrey?
It's
okay.
Jim Carrey is an absolute genius.
That's right. It's Jim Carrey that did that.
Trust me, because I watch all of his stuff, because that man right now is on some Alan Watts stuff. And if you've never watched Man on the Moon, you watch Man on the Moon on Netflix, you'll be blown away.
Yeah, that's right, because I watched both of them, because both of those guys, Jim Carrey and Matthew McConaughey,
Matthew McConaughey had it rough
for being as big as the actors they are. They're really humble.
Yeah. Oh, and Jim Carrey has completely evolved.
Yeah.
That would just, I'm telling you, if you have not watched Man on the Moon on Netflix, I am imploring you all to go and do that, because he touches on things that, like, you think it's a documentary about the movie. It basically, that dude's on another level. He's on another level right now. But
that's why, I mean, that's why I'm saying, if we get just a few of those snippets, like I said, like I was telling ReAnimateHer, that when I heard that, what Matthew McConaughey said about how he approaches, working on a project, it's like he'll go in not thinking about what the outcome is until after what he is doing is done.
Yep. Did you ever see when he came out back in the 80s when there were riots were going on and everything,
mm-hmm.
and he came on the Arsenio Hall show? He came on acting completely drunk, and at one point threw a fake punch at Arsenio Hall and called him a racist term. And he walked backstage, and his manager had this pale look on his face,
I bet,
leaning against the back of the wall, and he said, "I don't know, man. I don't know that was the right thing to do." He said, "I think you may have just blown everything right now." But he took a chance, and he went against the crowd.
Yep.
And we all see how it worked out for him.
Yeah. Like, and that's why I think we all should be. It's like, there's people try to do that, but then they take it too far.
Oh yeah.
Because they sit there and think it's like, okay, it's like I said, I love to rock the boat, because if you don't rock the boat, shit gets stale and people get complacent.
First person that comes to mind is Tekashi 6ix9ine. That dude has zero chill. That dude will say anything and everything, which I actually kind of admire. I'm not even gonna lie. Anybody that can live their life that way, that's impressive, because we spend our entire lives growing up being taught what to believe, all the way down to what you like to sports. You're Catholic, you're Jewish, what you enjoy, what you're racist against, or whatever. That's all taught to us. That's taught to us.
Yeah, it's like I said.
That's why kids are so pure. That's why all they want to do is love. You know what I'm saying? Like,
kids and animals.
Yeah.
Because
and you know what dog spells backwards, right?
Yep.
So.
Yeah, kids and dogs for the most part, because dogs are just totally, they just want you. They don't want nothing else. But no,
that interesting fact that not everybody knows about dogs. So, dogs have no concept of time.
Mm-mm.
So every time you leave the house, they don't know if you're ever coming back.
Yeah, I know.
That's why they're so excited to see you when you come home.
I've got 3 of them, and I got one that likes to try to chew through the sheetrock. Because they got,
that's probably punishment for you not being there.
Because they're husky mixes, so they've got high anxiety already. So it's like,
I have one. I know. He's a handful.
See, I had a purebred. Well, it wasn't mine. It was my girlfriend back in my hometown. We got a purebred Siberian Husky.
Did yours get stolen too?
No, they didn't get stolen.
She stole mine.
Oh no, but no, it was her dog. It's just it latched onto me because I don't know. How a dog will imprint itself. Just like the movie Twilight, where the wolves imprint on each other. An animal will do that.
Because I'm not a Twilight fan, but go ahead.
But yeah, an animal will imprint on somebody that it is meant to be with. It's just animals are mystic. Between cats, dogs, they all have a mystic type of personality to them. So, and not only that, they're a dog's a protector. So a dog will latch onto somebody, and that is who vampires don't speak, don't sparkle. Damn it. Oh yeah, that cracked me up too. It's like, okay.
I mean, but, like I said, she lives in my head. I don't know where she's got a spot at, but go ahead and make yourself comfortable, because I don't even gotta say it. She's 10 steps ahead.
Mephisto.
10 steps ahead. So,
did you smell it afterwards? That's the question that I want to know.
What?
Mephisto. He says he stuck his finger in his dog's butt once.
Why do you think I was sitting here going like this?
It's like I just got to know now. Did you smell it afterwards? I mean, we're all waiting.
It. He probably did this, and then went
like you did when a kid with a burger. It's like
yeah.
But no, I mean, I think right. Everybody is wondering. We're still wondering. We're waiting, Mephisto.
We may be waiting for a second. You might be going back for seconds. We don't know.
But so yeah, it's just like, you know, I think if we lived life more like an animal did, or like a dog did for sure, I think it'd be peaceful. I don't know about going around sniffing each other's butts, but
right. Know. I think if everybody acted more like children, we'd be much better off. And I hate to say that, but I mean it in a more of a
no, I agree.
Non-judging. I mean, do you remember how easy it was to make friends as kids?
Yeah.
I like Transformers. Oh, I do too. You like dinosaurs? I love dinosaurs too.
And now we're this is how we do the Transformer thing. It's like, oh, do you stream? Yeah, we're streaming. Oh yeah, and this is how we become. You know, at least we got cameras now instead of just talking on the phone. You know, or something like that. You know, it's just like my daughter. She's my stepdaughter actually, but I call her mine because, you know, I take care of her better than her dad does. But
we won't go into that.
But you know, I tell her, you know, she's got a little bit, and she's 13, so she's with all these ages that think they're, you know, they're special. You know, they're supposed to be. What's that word? God, I haven't had enough to drink yet, so, and I'm tired, so it's like I can't remember the damn word.
Enough, so my vocabulary's gone out the window.
They're privileged. There we go. She doesn't think that she's privileged, you know, and none of her friends, because she's around us and her friends are around us, so they know that they're not privileged. So I think teaching her that she's not privileged is going to be something that will follow her, especially now, because she's in that. Because between the ages, it used to be between the ages of like 12 and 16 was what psychologists called the age of enlightenment for a child.
So the awakening.
Yeah, it's like where they sit there and think that, you know, they could either go one way or the other way, you know. So it's just it's kind of like thinking about like you know, a witch. You know, when you hear the stories about the witches, you know, you get to a certain point in time to where you either be a bad witch or a good witch. It's kind of what a kid is between that age. It's like they're trying to come into their own. They're trying to figure out where they're at, and I see a lot of those kids that, especially now, I feel sorry for a bunch of them because the way society is right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really, really scared that with some of the parents nowadays, if they don't take control of their, you know, take control and show them that the world is not bad, that, I mean, the world is bad, but the world is not as bad as it could be, that I think we're going to be in a big world of hurt when it comes for them.
I mean, because think about it, dude. Back in our day, if we had a problem with someone, we could sit there and we could square up outside, have a fight, and that was that. Nowadays, you become a meme.
Yeah, you fight on social media.
Imagine being an 11-year-old kid with some highly embarrassing meme made about you that's just circulating school.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why these kids are killing themselves, man.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't deal with it.
No. You know, and it just like ReAnimateHer said, technology is big. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love technology to a point when it's working right. But it is our life now, and we're to the point now we're so far in just in 15 years We are so involved and wrapped up in technology that we cannot get out of it.
Nope. And honestly, again, I'm not going to get all off into
Exactly.
the political stuff and everything, but I believe that it's been conditioned that way. I believe it's a whole divide and conquer
I couldn't either.
thing, bro. It's a divide and conquer. You isolate people, you make them dependent on things. Dude, you realize that 90% of people get their information from Facebook posts?
Yep.
That's where we're at. And not only that, our information is sold.
Yep.
And then we're sitting there flooded with things that we may not even care about, but they do it to weak-minded people.
I tell you what, a good movie. I don't know if anybody's ever read or ever watched it. It's called Wag the Dog. It's Dustin Hoffman. It's Dustin Hoffman's early one, but it's a political movie, but it explains the world 100%. But basically, what Wag the Dog is that kind of it's a presidential election, and they're trying to win. The other party's trying to win the election, so what they do is they hire a movie crew.
Okay.
And they stage a fake war.
Which still goes on.
Yeah. And they stage a fake war. And it basically, the reason why it's called Wag the Dog, right? Because the dog does not wag the tail. The tail wags the dog. Because the tail is independent from the dog. The tail has no memory. It's a nervous tick it's controlled by the mind.
Exactly, which is why I don't exactly believe in free will.
No.
Because if I'm thirsty and there's a cup of water next to me, what am I going to do? Am I going to drink the water? Is that free will or is that necessity?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Like, bro, I could debate all day on this stuff. Like, I listen to, how much I listen to Alan Watts, and that dude has changed my life.
Well, see, I took, it's just like, because I took psychology. I got a bachelor's in psychology. I was trying to get my master's, but it's way too fucking much money. And I tell you right now, if you want to get into psychology, you need to go all the way to PhD, because you can't do shit with a bachelor's degree and you can't do shit with a master's degree. If you want to make any type of money off of it. Now, if you want to make a change, if you already
full of breadcrumbs, then by all means.
If you already have some type of a philosophical background, like me, it's like I'm one of these. It's like I want to know why is this person like this? Why does this do this? I used to when I was a kid. My parents used to get pissed at me. My mom and dad did, because I tore apart every little fucking transistor radio. And for those of you that do not know what a transistor radio is, because I know there's a few young guys, a few young people in here, but a transistor radio was a little fucking radio. Well, I guess not. I mean, they made them little, but it was like the original Walkman or
Game Boy.
Yeah, but you sit there and had to turn a dial on the radio to pick up a radio station. And when you tore it apart, there wasn't shit in there. The reason why they call it a transistor radio is because it was made up of a circuit board, a couple of transistor components, and a dial. That was it.
Can you believe that we went to the moon on technology like that?
I know. It's like shit. It's like, okay. And so, but yeah, I used to tear apart transistor radios just to see how each, the different sizes and everything else. And it doesn't matter what size they were. They all had the same components in it. So that's why it's like, okay, this is really fucking me up as a kid, And so when I started, basically self-taught myself, psychology and stuff like that. I read a lot of articles, read a lot of books, watched a lot of, when YouTube came around, watched a lot of YouTube. But when I actually went to school and did 4 years of it, I'm like, because when I first, my Psych 101 teacher told me, they sit there and said, the very first thing, they sit there and say, if you can make it past Psych 101, you'll do good. Because in Psych 101, the first person you start to analyze is yourself. And oh my God, was he right. But they said you cannot, because they sit there and teach that, because they say that you cannot analyze anybody else until you know what is in your mind. So that's why it's like, I look at, it's like I was telling ReAnimateHer earlier, it's just like, you watch these streamers get freaked out about that number view or that number counter. And then when, because like I said, like, we were talking about the other night, and I was talking about today about starting a streamer academy. There's really not a lot that you can teach a streamer, because you can only teach, these people that you're paying hundreds and thousands of dollars to learn how to stream, like Ashley Christ and Harris Heller, he doesn't charge.
I'm just gonna go ahead and toss it out there. I really hate that you went with that name.
I think that's her actual name.
It better be.
I think Ashley Christ is her real name.
It better be, man. Otherwise, I might have an issue.
But I commend her for starting a business, because it's just like any other business. You fill a need and people will come. And that goes involved just like with streaming. The number one thing that you need to be a streamer to captivate your audience is you need to bring value to your stream.
You got to bring moments. It's what I've been saying since day one, dude. That's why we had such a following.
Yeah,
and
they take advantage of it.
Mixer is because we created moments.
Yeah,
moments that people wouldn't forget.
Exactly.
And they came back for. People forgot that, because once again, I hate saying it, man, but AOD was used like a mug over there, all for our views. And now that it's dog eat dog, we're starting to see who's real and who's not.
Yep.
And I prefer it that way, man. I'd rather grow one real person at a time, a week at a time, a day at a time. I don't care. I'd rather grow one real person at a time than have 100 people come in and use me.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, that's why you're on my board. That's why I trust you. Mephisto, I swear to God, whatever you took, don't take no more.
I still want to know, did you smell it afterwards?
Dude, he is purple right now. He probably didn't just smell it. It sounds to me like he ate it with a bowl of cornflakes.
Did I get raided by Stack Up? I didn't see nothing come across.
I tasted. Okay.
All right. So now we know the truth.
We know the truth.
All my alerts are off for this, because I don't have my alerts on for the podcast. So the only alert I'll get is if it actually comes across through Twitch's alerts, and I didn't see anything come across.
It's all good, man. It's been a good broadcast. And again, I'm not trying to cut it short or nothing, but man, in Utah, things start closing at 9 o'clock.
Oh, do they really?
Dude, on Sundays, good luck finding anything.
Oh, open. Yeah, I guess that's true.
Bro, you have no idea how often I drive around looking just for anything open. And thank God for the Chinese culture, because they're just like, you know what? No, I'm gonna make this money. Y'all can go do your day of worship and all that good stuff. Thank goodness for the Chinese. I love them. But yeah, I agree, ReAnimateHer, and it's been amazing. And honestly, I'll be completely honest, I hadn't met you before today, but you're going to be seeing me and a lot of the AOD fam coming through your channel, because you were quite.
Oh, wait till you get to her channel. You'll be very, very well enlightened.
Oh, I can't wait. She seems like just top notch, man. Top fucking notch. Keep up the good work. That's all I can say is keep up the good work.
But now,
right back at you.
So okay, to close it out. So if you had one tip for a brand new streamer, act like you're talking to R, because R is a brand new streamer.
Okay.
What would you tell him that he would need to do?
Stand out in more ways than one. You want to be energetic. I know being energetic is hard sometimes, but you want to be energetic. You want to interact with the community, because these people could be doing anything else in their as far as we know, one God-given life, and they're choosing to hang out and watch you play a video game. So the best thing you can do is appreciate that and make that abundantly clear. Don't just say thank you. Just like she said, time is precious. We have moments. tomorrow is just an idea. We don't know that it's coming. So my best advice is to show those people that you really, really care, and make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. If you're streaming to make money, you're doing it all wrong.
Yeah.
You're doing it all wrong.
That's
you
a
have
benefit.
to have a purpose. Yeah, you gotta have a purpose. You have exactly. The moment's now. The moment is now, and that's all that we got. Get out of my head, ReAnimateHer. But for real, like she's spot on. She's spot on, and the best thing that you can do, and like you said earlier, like we were talking about, you have 10 seconds, man. I believe when someone comes into your channel, that's why I say, if you feel like you're talking too much, you're probably not talking enough.
Yep.
You need to be talking constantly, and I know that's hard to do, but the way that I started out doing it is I would just think out loud. Whatever it was, I didn't care what the thought was. If I had to fart, I was going to vocalize that. And I did that, and people would come in. Like I said, you got, honest to God, with the way people's minds work, it's about the equivalent of a fruit fly. So you have to hook them quickly. You have to, you got to stand out, man. You got to stand out. So if you have a hard time thinking of something to say because you got 0 viewers, trust that you're not the only one that's been there. We've all been there multiple times. And you have to learn how to get past it. And the best way for me was to think out loud. If I was trying to figure out a puzzle, I would vocalize how I couldn't figure it out. I'd cuss the game out, do whatever I needed to do. But yeah, be appreciative of every single person that comes in. Don't look at your view count and go, oh man, one of the phrases I hate the most is, oh man, I only have 5 people. It's like, dude, you got 5 people that could be doing anything else with their life, and they're here with you.
Yep.
Like, come on, bro. Show a little respect.
What cracks me up is when sit there and people complain about is, back when the day when in the beginning of the year when everybody was complaining about, a couple of the female streamers that were chastised for sitting there saying, it's only $5 a month, the big meme that went out there for a while, and that one chick was like cussing these people out for, you spend time in your stream, but you can't afford to spend $5 a month.
I remember her. I remember. Ooh,
there was 2 of them. There was 2 of them.
Yeah, but the one that I remember, man, she went hard.
Yeah, and then she turned around and said it was a joke.
Yeah, I mean, you better. If you're trying to save any part of your community, that you better.
Yeah.
And I hope you're a good liar.
But yeah,
because I saw straight through her, man. She meant every single word she said, bro. She meant every word. She was like getting on to people.
Yeah.
Like, you're in my channel, I'm wasting my time for you people, and you can't even show up. Like, it was a bad look. And the horrible thing, and also great thing about the internet, is it never forgets.
Yeah.
So it's gonna follow her for the rest of her career.
I've noticed the same way. I've noticed that people sit there and say that it's only a joke after they say stuff like that about, it's only fun. Now, I take that back, because I will sit there and joke around. I'll even put it in my headline every once in a while. It's only $5 a month, but I'm referring back to that instance that was like the big to-do back, I think it was back in January or February.
Right.
But it's just like,
a joke is a joke, man. I told somebody that I would start a OnlyFans and I'd show my beehole for $5 a month. You know what I mean? I told them I'd put sparkles on it and make it all pretty. A joke is a joke, and you know when it's a joke. But that chick was not joking.
Yeah,
she was
exactly.
not playing around.
It's like, that's what I'm saying. Because I'll come on and sit there and it's like, I'll look at the camera. It's like, it's only $5 a month, and then I'll just go back and do what I want. But yeah, she went on and on. I think it was like I think she had like 7 or 8 different clips that was clipped of that stream of her doing that.
It went viral.
Yeah.
It went viral like overnight, bro. She recorded that stream that night.
Yep.
And then the next day she was viral because of it.
Yep.
So, yeah, man.
Yeah, there was like 5 or 6 different clips of different instances through that stream.
People's reactions to it, everything, bro. People were making YouTube content off of it. I mean, she gave so many people an opportunity.
Oh yeah, exactly. There went her $5 a month and went to somebody else's channel.
Yeah, right. I can only imagine how many supporters she lost from that, man. Have we even heard from her since then?
I haven't heard any. No, I mean, I don't follow her or anything, but you know, I haven't.
Exactly. I don't follow nobody like that. I would never give anybody my energy.
Yeah, it was after she sent the Twitter apology out. I never heard another word from her.
Yeah, I never heard another word. I bet she had to disappear, and she's probably working somewhere she hates. And you know what? She got herself to thank for that.
Yeah.
Honesty is a beautiful thing, but when it's nasty, hateful energy like that,
yeah,
you need to stop. You need to stop streaming. You need to recognize what's going on, become self-aware, and you need to get the hell out of there. Because what she did was basically she committed career suicide.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I've seen so many people do that just by stupid comments. You know, it's just like, that's what I'm saying. That's one of the things too. I tell people, it's like when they come to ask me questions about streaming, it's like, the one thing that I have found from my career that probably has hurt me the most is I was so dedicated about coming in here and trying to get the hours in and try to do this. Because like I said, in January and December of last year, or December and January, I went back in my stats. I was streaming so hard. I was streaming 7 days a week almost. And I put in 200 hours a month in December and in January. You know, that's nothing what, you know, a full-time streamer does, but you know, I was working.
That's a lot of hours, bro. I don't care how you slice it.
You know, I was working 48 to 50 hours a week at my normal job, and then coming home and doing this.
That's a huge factor.
So it's like that's when I started slowing back. And then now that I'm focusing more on this podcast or the talk show aspect of things, that's the reason why you probably don't see me a lot. Like I don't have a schedule anymore. You know, I basically, and I've seen it, you know, I basically ditched my schedule. And basically, if I'm in here and I don't have anything to work on, or if I need a mental break, then I will stream.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny because, you know, you go to stream to take the mental break, but, you know, it is. So it's like, because like this week here, it pissed me off so bad because I knew I had these interviews coming up. And I was going to be more prepared and more set up. That way I didn't have to do everything at the last moment. But thanks to Windows, everything was done.
Which from your what you said, I will not be updating that.
I would not, because what it is, it's a Windows 10 version, but it's a pre-build for the new Windows 11 coming out.
Oh, that's convenient.
And something... It hasn't been, I haven't seen anything in any of the posts or anything like that, but what it has done to mine is you cannot get rid of it. Once you've updated it, you cannot get rid of it without resetting your computer.
Wow.
You can't even reinstall Windows like it says to do because it automatically updates to the new build if it's already on your system.
Dude, to me, that's pretty unethical. That's like forcing you to upgrade.
Yeah. But they sit there and say Microsoft's of course, this is Microsoft's website said troubleshooting guide says they do a fresh install of Windows and it will get rid of it. It'll take it back to what it was previous. No, because as soon as it fucking starts updating, it updates to the current update. Even though you have the update shut off, it erases that function and updates it anyways. So yeah, and I think what the issue is like your graphic, especially if you have an NVIDIA graphic card. I don't think the new update on NVIDIA is compatible with that new build.
Yeah,
because it's my graphics card.
Isn't, man, it probably isn't. I can almost guarantee that it isn't with all the changes that they're forcing you to make.
Yeah,
from graphics cards to video cards, like.
Because I couldn't even roll back my NVIDIA driver. It won't let me roll back my NVIDIA driver.
Wow.
When that update came in, it totally reset everything and kept everything exactly the way it was after that update. So if you updated your graphics card first, you're stuck with that driver unless you want to just totally reset your entire PC.
Which everybody's just thrilled to do.
Yeah. But and so, like I said, if you don't, until they come out with a better patch, and like I said, I think it's more against NVIDIA than it is ADM or AMD. But it has something to do. That build has something to do with it. It does not want to. It does not want to interact with the graphics card.
Somebody mad.
Yeah.
Over there.
Yeah. But yeah, since you got to go do something, before we go though, I do want to say, everybody in chat, thank you very, very much. ReAnimateHer, thank you for bringing you over here and bringing your community over here. You guys are awesome. Insane, always, it's a pleasure, and we will be doing more of these. Like I said, I have found my skin, and this is what I'm going to start doing more. Yeah, and that's the way I want them. I want them, you know, I want the fun. Like I said, my Friday nights I'm going to dedicate to streamer talks, like this kind of stuff. And then my Saturday nights are going to be Saturdays or Saturday nights are going to be held for like special events like we did with the girls last weekend. But I do have one. I'm not saying anything. I'm not going to say nothing because I don't want to jinx it. But there might be some more. Like I was telling ReAnimateHer earlier, there might be a chance for more exposure coming up soon. So hopefully.
Oh, for sure, bro. And like I said, AOD's here to help, man. And I know you know all the stuff I've been talking about, bro. I can end up potentially getting you. I know you're not into rap. If I get you someone that has 100,000 followers, I would advise you take it. You can listen to his music. You can ask him how he got there, whatever. You know what I mean? You're a good interviewer. You'll come up with something, bro. I can get MMA fighters on here.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about MMA, but I'd love to talk to some.
Dude, you don't have to. All you can ask things like, dude, how do you manage to get punched in the face or kicked in the leg and still keep going? You're a good interviewer. You know what you're doing.
You know what? I'm going to tell you a little trade secret. You know how many Joe Rogan podcasts I have watched in the last month?
How many?
A shit ton. That dude is like an awesome. He is an interviewer.
Dude, I would vote him in for president.
He is an awesome interviewer, and most of the stuff that I have learned about how he he controls the interview, but still gives value to the interview and to the guest.
And he can completely disagree with what you're saying and find a way to make it level and respectful. He is one of the most talented interviewers and underrated people, I think, in the industry, period. The dude is amazing.
I know one of his ones that I watched, it was funny because he was debating somebody that was against legalizing marijuana. And it was funny because he was sitting there asking him all these questions, and as he was asking these questions, he was rolling his joint.
Yep. Because that's how Joe is, man.
I was like, go get him.
The dude loves DMT because he believes beyond this life. Just I could listen to that man talk. I could listen to that man talk for just hours.
Yeah.
3 hours his podcast sometimes isn't enough. I just want to listen to him because he's brilliant. And when I say that I would vote that man in as president, I am dead serious. If he ever ran for president, I'd do everything I can I'd campaign. I would go around passing out flyers. Like, the dude's incredible. You know what I mean? And I love listening to him, man.
But that's what kind of why I'm excited. Like I said, I haven't quite talked. I'm gonna give you like a little bit of backstory since you guys are all family. Basically, I don't know. Out of the blue today, out of the fucking blue, I got followed on Twitter by an independent indie artist. Out of the fucking blue. She is not associated with anybody that I'm associated with on Twitter. And that's, if you've seen the tweet about Marisha, the one I tweeted out earlier, she was just like, she was just out of the blue. I got to follow, because every once in a while I'll get, some of the other communities that, follow me every once in a while. But it's just like, I seen her name, and then I seen the verified check mark by it. I'm like, what the fuck? Because I don't get followed by people that are verified.
It's kind of a rare thing, right? I feel you.
And so I got to looking at her and stuff like that. She's an independent indie artist. She's been around since 2013. She was like on Billboard's top 10 there for a while back in 2016. But I went through and listened to some of her music. She calls herself, what does she call it? Alien pop.
Okay.
Because she's like, it's pop, but it's like pop that's like out of this world is how she describes it. But everything she does, from writing her music to producing her music, she does it all herself.
That's impressive.
I mean, I'm sure she probably has somebody studio profession,
right? Yeah,
experience backing her,
like that. Mastering's a mug, so I get that. But overall, I get what you're saying. She's doing it all herself.
But she's been on stage. She's been on stage with people like with Marshmello.
Really?
She's been on Black Eyed Peas. So and she started out at 13, so she's like in her 20s, and I listened to some of her stuff, and it's really, for somebody that does it on her own, that's one thing you have to realize when you listen to her stuff, is she does it on her own. She writes, produces, and composes everything.
You need to make close friends with her.
Well, this is what I was trying to say. Is I sent her a message. And because I went to her website and sat there and said, because I was being respectful and used her business email and stuff like that instead of just DMing her on Twitter or something. And I sent her a message and I asked her, told her, I have a very small podcast that, that's very slowly growing. I said, and this is what I want to do. I go, but I want to interview, do a segment here in probably about a month or so about, basically women empowerment, how their struggles of coming up through this type of, being a creator as a woman, and being the stuff that she's going through, being independent. And
that's the hardest thing in the world, to be independent.
And I sit there, I sit there and I go, what can she do? Just not respond to me, not say no, blah blah blah. So I didn't think nothing.
Right.
Well, I got a response back. She goes, I'll get with you after the show tomorrow. She has a virtual show, which is what I tweeted out.
And I retweeted it.
And that's the link to the virtual show. It's tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I think it's at 2 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock. I can't remember. It's on the tweet for sure. But I know it's 1 o'clock my time, so it'd be like noon yours and 2 o'clock Eastern, I believe.
Yeah, bro, shoot me a message and remind me, because the ADHD likes to win out more often than not. So,
but I think the tickets for the show are like $13. But I listened to some of her stuff on Spotify, and she's verified on Spotify. She's got albums. She's got like 5 or 6 albums on there that's got like 10 or 15 songs. Well, not that many. I think like 5 to 10 songs on it. But they're all
EPs.
Yeah. And but they're all decent, when I first listened to it, it's like, oh, it just sounds. Then I got to thinking, it's like I started thinking, well, she does this all herself. She produces, writes, and composes, and like I said, I'm sure she probably has somebody that has a studio background that helps her with their videos and stuff. But
another group that does that you should check out is Purity Ring. If you've never heard of Purity Ring, check them out.
Okay.
They're dope as hell.
But
man, I'm not. I got 20 minutes to get to Subway. Man,
all right,
let
dude.
me just say real quick, dude, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for allowing me and ReAnimateHer to be on here.
Oh, no.
You introduced me to a very, very cool chick. I already know a very, very cool fucking dude in you. I really, really appreciate it, man.
And that's my whole focus on doing this is I want different people, ones that have never met each other. That way you can come together and you either like or don't like. I mean, it's just the way the world goes.
That's the way. Hey, you know what? And we're here to do what? Spread positivity and put smiles on faces, baby. Yep.
So that's why hopefully I can do, like I said, I can have up to 9 people on this. I don't want that many. I think after,
unless we're having a political debate,
well, yeah, if we're doing something that's more of like a game type thing or something like that, and up to 9's fine. But
I want one of the ones where we're just all talking over each other.
Yeah, like the very first test run was. Yeah, we had 7 people in there, and yeah, it was kind of hard to keep everything under control. So, but no, Insane, I appreciate you. ReAnimateHer, I appreciate you. I love you guys both, and thank you so much.
Love you, brother. Love
thank you
right
so
back,
much
man.
for doing this.
Nah, man, the honor is all mine. And again, anytime you need anything, I don't care what it is, you know how to reach me. You got my cell phone for a reason.
Yep.
So,
but yeah,
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, and then thanks again. Like I said, I thanked everybody earlier, but I really want to thank everybody again. Thank you for tweeting this out and trying to help me grow. Because
do it, brother.
I'm very I'm not going to take any credit for this. It's the advertisement and you guys doing it, and hopefully if I can get a sponsor, then I'm going to start, branching out a little bit more, but I'm not going to worry about that now. I'm just going to worry about having fun.
We're going to get there, bro. All in time, baby. Like we said, one moment in time. We got this. We got this.
But all right, guys. Insane.
All right,
thank you, sir.
Love you. Peace, love, and hair grease, man. I can't wait to talk to you again. If you need anything at all, you just let me know.
I sure will.
All right, brother.
All right, man. Peace.
Later, y'all.
Laters. Oh my God. Thank you guys. You're so fucking awesome. And I had no idea why my Spotify quit working. It just totally... What's it say? It says Spotify can play if you have a file on your computer. It can... There we go. We'll play that music in the background. Kick-ass stream. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was... Like I said, I was nervous. I don't know why I wasn't nervous last weekend, but I was really nervous this weekend. But I appreciate it. Everything went good. Twitch did not lose me. That's what thing scares me the most. Bye. Night R. Night Southern Gert. Thank you, sir. Later, boss man. Now I get to redo the video. Oh, wrong one. All right, guys. Talk to you guys later.